Hello my loves, welcome to my channel Sun Love Stars and welcome to today's pick a card reading. For anybody who's new, my name is Cynthia and we're going to look at your future spells today. Okay, or basically like whatever you need to know about meeting them. Be certain things that your spirit guides want you to know, or again this could be like hidden information about your meeting or what is going to be special about your meeting, anything that you need to know about your meeting. For a lot of you guys who maybe have been asking your spirit guides or your ancestors when you will meet your true love and your future spouse, and you might find some answers in this reading. Now for my OGs who have been on my channel for a long time, I've seen your comments that some of you guys, you don't necessarily like the collective readings, but I do really enjoy them. Okay, so I'm still gonna do them here and there, but this is gonna be a pick a card reading for those who have been waiting for one. Okay, and I also want to say thank you so much to the people who, I saw a few comments where you guys said like, you know, Cynthia can do whatever she wants with her channel, and you know, don't pressure her into making pick a card readings when she wants to post collective ones. I want to say thank you so much, and I want to say thank you for having my back, or like, you know, allowing me to express myself or do different things with my videos. Like, I really appreciate it. Okay, so I don't know why I'm so chit-chatty, but whoever is watching this intro, you probably are the ones that are supposed to hear this, but because I'm picking up a collective channeled message, a very short one before we begin your reading. But if you are familiar with my channel or you have been here since day one, I love you guys. You guys probably remember that I used to have like, you know, feathers, you know. You guys probably remember that I used to have feathers, you know, in my background and stuff like that. They used to be pink, and I haven't used them in a long time because I used a lava lamp. And for the last couple of like weeks, I have been feeling like, damn, I kind of miss those feathers. Like, I kind of miss the way, because I'm a very cozy individual. I like faux fur, I like feathers, like I like all of that stuff. I also like, for example, you know, like clothing that has feathers or like faux feathers, or I like all of that stuff, you know, because I don't know, I feel like it gives me like a cozy, comfortable energy when I am surrounded by like feathers and like, you know, like cuddly stuff and like cozy faux fur. You know, that's just something that makes me happy, or that makes me feel like safe, or makes me feel good. So the last couple of, you know, days I have been, or even weeks, I have been feeling like, I kind of miss my feathers, you know. I felt like I kind of miss my feathers because these are kind of like trees, you know. It's kind of like a lamp, but it looks like a tree made out of feathers. And I had to throw the old ones away because they collected dust and they didn't look good anymore. So I have been contemplating about ordering them again, but I wasn't sure. And then I noticed that I'm missing something, because again, I'm a very cozy individual, or like I feel the happiest when I'm somehow surrounded by like faux fur, cozy feather type of energy, especially when it comes to interior design. So I bought them again. They're actually quite cheap, so I bought them again, and then I noticed like, oh man, yeah, this feels good. This was the right decision for me to buy them again. But I haven't used them in the background, and today for some reason I felt like, let me just try and see how it looks, because I feel like I'm supposed to change something about my background. I don't know what it is, but I want to switch it up. I also get very bored. It's the reason why you always see me changing or switching things up with the light and stuff like that, because I don't know, I like variety, especially when it comes to the background, because I want a certain energy to go through the screen, you know, where you feel like cozy, or where you feel warm, or where it feels like intergalactic, or do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a very person, I pay attention to aesthetics because I want to give off like, or I feel like the way I can express my soul is by giving off a certain vibe. So I try to somehow create that vibe around me. But it could also be like the Taurus within me, because I feel like Taurus people, they are like, you know, very sensitive to smell, sense, touch, you know, like certain things. So this could be the Taurus in me, or like, I don't know, like the Venusian energy in me. I don't know why I'm so chatty today. Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is, today I felt like, let me just try and see how it looks, and I'm absolutely in love. Like, me seeing now the feathers, in the screen makes me feel like, this is what I have been missing, you know, like, or it makes me feel like I'm at home, or I don't know, because I used to do it and then I stopped. So as the collective reading, your spirit guides told me this is definitely a message for someone here, especially if you're watching the intro, because some people skip over the intro. But if you're watching the intro, some of you guys, you usually don't watch the intro, but you do it today, and the reason is because you're supposed to hear what I'm about to say. So for some of you guys, I'm picking up a strong energy here as a collective message. For some of you guys, there's something about where you used to do something that made you feel good, but for some reason you felt like you needed to change. Like maybe you need to look more professional, or maybe I don't know, someone said something stupid about what you're doing and then you stop doing it. Like for example, you love to wear 2 different socks. For some reason it makes you happy. You have no freaking idea why, but it makes you happy because, I don't know, I sometimes feel like there's not really an explanation why we like certain things. Our soul is just telling us yes. There's a strong yes in our soul, right? And we don't really know like why. So I feel like you used to do something. This could be especially with the way you express yourself. Like, I don't know, because I feel like there's something about you finding home, or you feeling like you are at home, or you feeling like this feels so good to be back in this energy. Like I pick up the energy of like, it feels so good to be back in this energy. Okay, so for some of you guys, there's an energy of like you returning home. This could be spiritually, mentally, physically, where you are somehow coming in contact with something that you used to do and realize that you not doing it anymore created a big empty space in your soul or in your spirit, and when you go back to it, you're going to feel like you feel whole again. Does it make sense? This could literally be kind of like your hair color. You used to have blonde hair, you stopped wearing blonde hair because you felt like people are, you know, like I don't know, people are treating you differently because you have blonde hair. Maybe they act as though you're stupid because you have blonde hair. So you stop wearing blonde hair. There's something about where you used to do something that made you happy, and then you stop doing it for whatever reason, you know. I'm hearing out of sight, out of mind. For others of you, you had like a bad experience that made you stop doing it, but your spirit guides want you to know that bad experience is separate from this thing. Like this is still you. Do you know what I mean? Try to differentiate or separate, like for example, even a place that used to make you happy, but then you don't go there anymore because you have like a bad memory there with another individual, but this place is still magical to your soul, to your spirit. All you have to do is separate this memory from this place. Do you see where I'm coming from? So for some of you guys, I don't know, your spirit guides, they want you to return home, or they want you to return to something that you used to do. A hair color, the way you dress, a decor, a hobby, whatever this energy here is, they want you to return to something because you're going to feel like this is what I have been looking for. You're looking for something. Your soul is searching for something. You might feel the energy of like emptiness, but the reason is not because you're waiting for your future spouse, or because you're waiting for new friends, or because you're waiting for money. I mean, I'm not saying we don't need money in order to be happy and stuff like that, because I don't believe that. I do believe we can be happy without money, but there's also a lot of happiness that can come with money, or a lot of like your life can be a lot easier with money. So I don't want to bring this message across that there's something wrong with you wanting certain things. What I'm trying to say here is that you can emotionally reach an energy of like, this feels like heavenly to me, this feels good to me, this feels like bliss to me, you know, and it is somehow connected to something that you used to do in the past and you stopped doing it, or I don't know what it is. Okay, this is gonna be a specific message for someone here. Again, this could be literally like decor, where I don't know, you used to have like a certain candle and you stopped buying that candle for whatever reason, but this candle brought so much joy, so much light, so much pleasure to you, you know, and now that you don't buy this candle, you can feel an emptiness inside of you, you know. And for some of you guys, you don't know why you feel this emptiness, or why you feel like, you could be feeling like something is missing. But again, I feel like whatever you feel like is missing is something that you did in the past, or something that you had in the past, or something that is somehow stored in a room that you don't touch anymore, that is collecting dust. Okay, something like that. Anyway, today's reading is going to be about your future spouse. So we are going to look at your meeting, whatever you need to know about your meeting, whatever you need to know about what happens before you guys are meeting, as you guys are meeting, whatever you need to know, whatever your spirit guides, the universe, God wants you to know about your meeting with your future spouse. I'm also going to extend this reading on Patreon, and on Patreon I'm also going to look at how you're going to meet your true love and your future spouse. So I'm going to be a lot more detailed, or give you a lot more detail, okay? So if you want to join me on Patreon, the link is down in the description box. All right. But yeah, I'm so happy. Like this is like, I'm hearing the best things in life is the free ones, the little things everybody needs some, the finer things make you feel better, but no one ever seems to remember. So you somehow forgot something that brought so much joy, so much happiness to you. It could be the smallest thing, kind of like you used to drink a chai tea in the morning and then you stopped for whatever reason, but you're drinking chai tea in the morning, or you're doing it again or incorporating it in your morning routine again. You're going to notice like this is just a little cup of coffee, this is just a little cup of tea, but the joy and the bliss and the pleasure that I feel is like crazy. But it is because your soul is at home. Your soul feels like it's at home. Does that make sense? Actually, the movie Home could be significant as well for someone here. Like, there's two movies, right? One movie is with like this little black girl that is trying to get home, and she's somehow on a journey with an alien, I think. And then there's also the other movie Home with his grandpa and the balloons and stuff like that. So the movies Home, or like Disney movies connected to home, could be significant. Or someone here, you also maybe have had dreams connected to like a house or like a home, and it's somehow your spirit guides want you to know this is because you are on your way back home, where your soul is back home, because your soul has been traveling in different directions to explore what you like and what you don't like, but you're now returning back home to something that is truly you, that is like a pure reflection of who you are, okay? Anyway, so in the next clip you can choose between 3 images. If you feel indecisive, go on Google, find a number generator, ask your spirit guides to guide you to the right pile. Ask your spirit guides to guide you to the right pile, like, dear spirit guides, dear departed grandma, which pile is for me? What do I need to know about my future spouse? Then you click on the number generator, and the number generator will spit out a number, okay? And that's your reading. Again, there's gonna be an extended. If you guys want to join me, I'm gonna be a lot more detailed, or I'm gonna look at how you guys are meeting, whatever you need to know about the how. Okay, it's gonna be down in the description box. But without further ado, oh, also, by the way, please follow me on TikTok. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to, but I am about to post a lot more content on TikTok. I just had to take it a little bit more slowly the last couple of days and weeks for personal reasons. But yeah, if you want to see more content of me, I'm going to post on TikTok very, very soon, okay? Anyway, guys, let's begin your reading. I'm excited. I'm going to see in your reading, guys. Hello, my lovely pal number 1. Welcome to your reading, guys. So we are going to look at what you need to know about meeting your true love and your future spouse, okay, guys? So whatever you need to know about how you're going to meet them, what is happening in your life when you're meeting them, what is happening between the two of you when you are meeting, whatever the heck your spirit guides, God, the universe wants you to know. We're going to look at that now. I'm also going to extend this reading, and in the extended we are going to look at how you guys are going to meet. So I'm going to be a lot more specific, or we're going to look at a lot more specific scenarios, or like more specific information, as well as anything else that your spirit guides want to talk about in the extended. So the link is going to be down in the description box, okay? But let me tap into the energy. What do you need to know about meeting your true love and your future spouse? I think with you guys, I'm going to show you the cards first and then we are going to look at everything together, okay? Pile number 1, what your spirit guides want you to know about you meeting your true love. Oh yeah, we wanted to look at the cards first, right? Let's do that, okay? Okay, let me show you the cards that stick out the most to me, okay? So we have here the card, a masterpiece has been created. We have here the card, when you don't see you, I see you. We have here the card, whoop. We have here the card, I didn't know this was inside of me. Okay. And we also have here the card, not the right time, get information. So that's what we're going to look at, okay? Because I'm hearing your spirit guides, they don't want you to... Your spirit guides, they want you to contemplate about... Okay, so the first thing that I heard is your spirit guides want you to think about the bigger picture as to why right now might not be the right time for you to meet your true love and your future spouse. Just right now in this very second. It could be completely different 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, whatever, okay? I'm just talking about in this very moment, in this very second, okay? Because time is very fluid, and you know, when you watch tarot readings, the energy can change very easily, like in a month or 2 months. I'm just talking about right now in this very second. So your spirit guides, they want you to somehow think about the reason why you think it's not the right time for you to meet your true love and your future spouse right now in this very second. Because they're telling me as soon as you, or as you are looking at the bigger picture as to why right now is not the best timing for you to meet your true love and your future spouse, is literally like the key to you actually manifesting them or meeting them. It's kind of like the answer is in the question. That's what I'm hearing. For some of you guys, you have been thinking about the timing, like when will it happen, or why did it not happen yet? And your spirit guides are joining you, like, yeah, you're right, let's think about it. Why did it not happen yet? Like, what could be the reason? Or if you look at the bigger picture, what could be the bigger reason behind that? Because in you finding the answer to that question is like your answer. It's like that's where you find, like, that's where you somehow solve a riddle. Or the answer is actually going to bring you to your true love and your future spouse. It's almost as if you deeply accept that right now is not the right timing. And then you think about like why it is not the right timing. Again, just right here, right now, because I don't want you guys to think about, oh, it's not the right timing, like all day, every day for the next couple of months and weeks. I don't want you guys to think like, oh, it's not the right timing. I'm just talking about right here, right now. Okay, because you could manifest, oh, today's the perfect timing for me to meet my true love and my future spouse. If you manifest it, if you think about it, if you say it, if you speak it out into existence, okay? I don't want you guys to get stuck on not the right timing or the perfect timing. Just right now in this very second, your spirit guides, they do want you to think about it. Okay, because you're solving a riddle, or you're going to have a huge epiphany as you are thinking about why it possibly might not be the right timing. Okay, they actually want you to understand why it's not the right timing, because we have to get more information card here. Okay, now I'm going to be honest with you guys here, okay? I'm always honest. The reason why it might not be the right time for you to meet them right now, okay? And that's what your spirit guides want you to know. We have the Thief card here. So there is an energy, someone, okay, I'm hearing the Thief of Joy. And we also have here the Five of Wands. And you can see these people are like cussing each other out or gossiping about, I don't know, or there's something not right about this group, like this gossip girl group or whatever this energy here is, okay? And we have a thief here, okay? So the energy is a little bit questionable, but again, that's the whole point of this reading. Your spirit guides, they want you to ask more questions, because you asking yourself why it's not the right timing or why something has not yet happened is a valid question, but it's also about finding out the answer or coming to some type of conclusion. Yeah, that's why we have the World card here. Okay. So they're telling me that for some of you guys, what you are not seeing or what is happening in your life right now is your spirit guides. You might be in the process of your spirit guides showing you who you can trust and who you cannot trust. And you still might not be completely done with the whole process where you already filtered out who you can trust and who you cannot trust. Maybe you already have like filtered out like your friend circle and stuff like that, or your acquaintances, but it's almost as if your spirit guides want you to realize a big lesson when it comes to an individual in your life, okay? With the 5 of Wands here. So, and it's connected to your true love and your future spouse. Can I be honest? Because I pick up the energy here where it's not going to happen because you're watching this reading, but what I'm trying to say here is you are meeting your true love and your future spouse, okay? And there could be a particular person that is going to tell you not to give your future spouse a chance, not to go on a date with him or her, not to trust him or her, not to get engaged or not to get married to him or her, or to choose another man, to choose another woman. Okay, there could be gossip happening about your future partner by a particular person in your life right now. Okay, and your spirit guides, is almost as if your spirit guides are teaching you whose advice you can trust and whose advice you cannot trust, because this could be a person that acts all-knowing, but your situation might be very unique with your true love and your future spouse, or they act all-knowing, or they do know a lot. They're actually like quite intelligent, or you look up to them as a role model, but something that they're not so knowledgeable about is love. This could be a person that is really good when it comes to business, really good when it comes to networking, really good when it comes to all kinds of things, but they could be lacking knowledge about love, or lacking knowledge about like relationships, or how to make a relationship work, or how to make a marriage work. Because I almost want to say, for some of you guys, you're actually looking up to this person, and this could literally also be this could be a person that you literally look up to. Like, I'm being brought to like YouTubers that you look up to, or you know, like, or people that you just watch that you feel like are teaching you a lot. Okay, and your spirit guides are telling me there's going to be a particular individual, and this particular individual is going to tell you your future spouse is not right for you, you shouldn't date them, you shouldn't give them a chance, you shouldn't, you know, something about where someone is going to be against this relationship, or they're going to say something that is supposed to sound like advice, but it's actually sabotaging. And I don't know if this person is doing it on purpose. So some of you guys, this could just be a person that is very like jaded and bitter, and they're not realizing that they are projecting their bitterness onto other people and onto other people's relationship. Does that make sense? But if you realize, I love my auntie, but I do know that she is hurt and traumatized from her marriage, so you would notice your auntie is a very intelligent individual, but you don't want to get advice from her because she comes from a bitter place and she has been hurt. You seeing her for who she really is giving you clarity about what to do with your connection, or who to trust with your connection, or who to trust with relationship advice. Do you see where I'm coming from? This is like an energy where your spirit guides want you to see a particular individual in your life for who they really are. This could be a person that you watch, like a YouTuber. This could be a tarot reader. This could be I don't know, like a spiritual guru. This could be a friend in your life, okay? This could be even a parent, because we have meeting parents here. So your spirit guides want you to see your parent or whoever this individual is crystal clear for who they are. Because again, if you know, I love this individual, but I know they're bitter, you would know not to take advice from them that would sabotage your connection with your true love and your future spouse. Or you don't care about their approval, because you know their approval doesn't mean much when they come from a bitter place. Does that make sense? Or when they are projecting their fear or their wishes onto you that are not your wishes. Because it says a masterpiece has been created, so it's almost like you and your future spouse are a match made in heaven, but someone is going to disagree, or someone is going to disapprove that this is not the person that you're supposed to be with for whatever reason. Again, I don't know if they're doing that because they're envious and because they're like malicious, and but if you know that this person has tendencies to get jealous or get envious, you're not going to take this person's advice. Do you see where I'm coming from? Okay. For others of you, this is literally about like your spirit guides want you to see a particular person for who they really are, because they're not part of your new life and they're not part of your next chapter. So for some of you guys, you cannot cut this person out of your life because they're part of your family. Like, you know what I mean? For example, like an auntie, and you know, you cannot just cut her off or whatever, or I mean, you could, but you know what I mean. And then for others of you, this actually is about something about before your future spouse stands in front of you. Okay, before your true love and your future spouse stands in front of you, you will see an individual for who they really are. May that be, I shouldn't take advice from them. May that be, I don't know, they come from a bitter place. Or may that be like seeing that this individual is, okay, I'm going to give an example, okay? And you're going to see how this fits in your life or what this means to you. For example, like I'm being brought to a friend, like you have a friend, I'm just giving an example. You have a friend, and that friend is somehow dealing with a married man, okay? So you never really agreed with her doing that, but you also feel like, yeah, you know what, it's free will, like whatever she chooses to do. Or so she's somehow messing with a married man, or she's friends with a married man, and you have been questioning it, like why she's friends with a married man. Not necessarily that, but that she talks about flirting with him, or that she finds it funny that his wife is jealous and she gets joy or pleasure out of his wife being jealous. And you see that maybe what she's doing is not as innocent as you thought, where she's telling you, I just want to be friends with this man because we know each other and stuff like that. But if you listen closely, I'm telling you, if you listen closely, you will notice or see that she gets joy out of maybe creating fights between them, or she gets joy out of where the wife is jealous of her. Okay, just an example. And then you will realize, and then you might be thinking, oh, she might be doing this to this other woman, but she would never do this to me. She will, or she would. So whatever this person is doing to other people, however this person is screwing other people over, she would do the same thing to you, because somehow you being in a relationship with your true love and your future spouse is going to trigger her. Okay, she will look at your relationship as goals, he or she, and then they're gonna they will try to kind of like seduce your partner to show you. For example, this could be a woman or a man that believes that people are not faithful. There's no faithful women out there. There's no faithful men out there, okay? And to prove a point to you, they would try to seduce your man to show you, see, told you he's not faithful. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's like a very, I don't know what this is, but it's an Okay, so I don't know, there's something about, I'm hearing your spirit guides are still filtering out the people that are allowed to be in your new chapter in life and also know who your future spouse is or know of your relationship. So you could be getting a lot of clarity who's allowed to know about your love life or your relationship, or who's not allowed to know about it, okay? Or there could be a particular person that your spirit guides want you to stay away from or be distant, like be distant from, because they would sabotage your connection in the future with your true love and your future spouse. I'm gonna be honest here, okay? Let me see. Yeah. It's like an energy where someone's marriage or someone's relationship failed, so they're wishing on the downfall of your relationship. But it's selfish because their marriage maybe didn't work, and there's nothing wrong with marriages not working, but the way they see the world, I'm telling you, it's kind of like there is a hidden side to a person around you, and you need to be aware of it, okay? This could even be a colleague that you think it's so innocent to talk to your colleague about your date when it's not innocent at all. See where I'm coming from? Because they have a dark side to them, where they get very triggered by marriages and relationships that work out, or happy families, or a happy ending between two people. They get very triggered by that, because I almost want to say this person, they have gone through like a failed marriage, or like they have gone through some type of like divorce or whatever. And again, there's nothing wrong with it, okay? I'm not saying like, oh, you know, whatever, but they themselves think that way. They themselves think they are a freaking failure because they failed their marriage and they got divorced. So in order for them to feel better about themselves, they will prey on your relationship to have a downfall too, so that they are not alone in their misery. I'm hearing misery loves company. So, but it's selfish because they would be preying on your downfall or on the downfall of your relationship just to prove a point. Like, you see, men cannot be trusted. You see, all women are the same. All men are the same. You see, like, 80% of marriages fail. And they want you to kind of like join them in their misery. Does that make sense? Because they have been unsuccessful in their love life or with their relationship. If they would see you being successful in a relationship or in a marriage, they would think something is wrong with them. But if they see it's also failing in your life, then they would feel like nothing is wrong with them. I don't know, there's something about, I don't know, I feel like someone here around you could also be very attached to you. Like, I'm also seeing the energy here of like a person like being mad at you because you are spending time with your true love and your future spouse, because they are entitled to your time. Like, you're my best friend and you should be here with me, you know. And I do know, you know, I'm not talking about people that completely forget about their friends when they are in a relationship. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a person who makes you feel guilty for getting to know a new person or spending time with them. Okay, even though you are really good at balancing out like your love life and your friendship life. And again, this might not make sense to you right now. It might make sense to you in the future, okay? So I'm telling you, your spirit guides already want you to know you're doing a great job at balancing out your friendship or your social life, or like your friendships, as well as your relationship or your marriage. But someone will make you think, or someone will try to make you feel guilty for spending, oh shit. Ah, fuck. Why am I picking this up here? Dang. Someone would try to make you think that you are not spending enough time with your friends when it's not true. You're actually a very balanced individual, or you will find like a good balance, but this person is entitled or they don't want to share you. Okay? So someone would try to guilt trip you. Like, oh, you spend so much time with him, you spend so much time with her. And it's not true. That's what your spirit guides already want you to know. This is going to happen very soon, and they already want you to know this is not true. This person comes from a very salty place, and it has nothing to do with you. They are projecting their problems onto you. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. For others of you, this could be your parents, where one of your parents is going to disapprove of your connection with your true love and your future spouse, even though this is a masterpiece. Like, the universe created a masterpiece, you know, when they created the both of you, like where you fit perfectly into each other's life, like a perfect puzzle piece, like two perfect puzzle pieces. But someone is going to, like, one of your parents or a parent could be saying like, I don't know, like, or this could be a parent that is very entitled to your time, and they will make you feel like, oh, you spend so much time with this individual and you don't care about them anymore, which is not true. Do you see where I'm coming from? There's like an energy where someone is entitled to your time, and you need to be aware of that, okay? With the thief energy here. Someone either is going to make you, I don't know, someone is going to either steal you away from your future spouse, or someone is going to try to steal your future spouse away from you. I'm not seeing them succeeding, but they could cause a lot of fights and a lot of issues and stuff like that that are very unnecessary. See where I'm coming from? So it's already significant for you to either know they are a troublemaker and know how to deal with them, because you cannot cut them off, or to cut them off and not let them be part of your new chapter in life. Okay, can you clarify the Five of Wands here? I'm telling you, it says someone is behaving stupidly. Someone is going to behave stupidly when you meet your true love and your future spouse. It could be a fair woman. Okay, this could be a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. A fair woman. Okay. We also have work, achievement, and success. Oh, this could literally be an auntie, because it says aunt. Okay, or like, yeah, I'm hearing auntie. Some of you guys, it could be literally an auntie. Okay, but let me see what that energy is about here. What is this? Who's behaving stupidly? What is that energy about? So someone is going to act a fool, or someone is going to act stupidly, or act like a child, or act childish, or entitled, or immature when you are meeting your true love and your future spouse, is what I'm picking up here. And your spirit guides already want you to know about it, so that you know, or so that you don't let this person guilt trip you or put a wedge between you and your future spouse. Okay, who's this Five of Wands energy? Or again, this could be like a parent disapproving, you know, but what does your... But if you see that your dad is hopping from one relationship to another, what does your dad know? What does your dad really know about love or true love? You know, we have a soulmate here. Yeah, someone could be feeling like, you know, someone could be feeling like your future spouse is taking their spot in the future. And again, your spirit guides already want you to know about it, or they want you to really be aware of who a person really is in your life, okay? Who is this person that is acting stupidly or acting immature? We have money. One more. Who's acting stupidly or acting like a child here? What is that energy about? Dating. Yeah, someone is going to act a fool as soon as you go on dates, or this person usually, I don't know, they react in a very weird way when you talk about dates, or when you talk about romance, or when you talk about love or meeting someone here. Okay, this could be a person that... Who is this individual? Okay, I don't have nipple covers on. I hope... No, you cannot see nothing. Let's see. Who's gonna act stupidly? What is that energy about? This could also be a female that has blonde highlights. She doesn't have to have blonde hair all the way, but she could have blonde highlights, or like a, I don't know, a money piece that is blonde. We have friendship. Ooh, this is a karmic friendship. Oh my gosh. This is a karmic friend. Okay. That might be acting a fool once you meet your true love and your future spouse. Okay. Or this could be a person that you see as a friend, or someone that wants to be friends with you around that time, or someone that is going to approach you. This could even be a friend that you don't know of yet, but you might get introduced to them soon. I don't know what that means, okay? But yeah, for some of you guys, this is definitely like a friend that somehow doesn't want to either... Like, they don't want to, they're very entitled, where they want you to themselves, okay? Or they might be going through a breakup around the time when you meet your true love and your future spouse, and they're going to be extra salty, and then they cannot stand you being in a relationship, or you being happy, or whatever. Do you see where I'm coming from? Where they ask themselves, why is pan number one in a happy relationship and not me? Okay, that's the vibe that is coming through here very strongly. This could also be a friend that talks a lot about karma, or wanting to get revenge on their ex and stuff like that. And if you think about it, I'm telling you, there is something about, if you look at a person more closely and how they speak about other people, once you have a fallout or a fight, they will do the same thing to you here. Okay. For others of you, again, this could also be a parent where your spirit guides already want you to know. Or, again, I'm telling you, this could be a role model that you look up to, or I don't know, and they're somehow gonna say something that makes you question or doubt whether or not you should trust your true love and your future spouse, or something along those lines, okay? For others of you, this could also be a crazy ex. This could be someone that is going to be jealous of your relationship with your true love and your future spouse, and they will try to spread gossip about your future spouse that is not true. So I'm already going to let you know there's going to be false gossip. There's going to be rumors about your true love and your future spouse that are not true. I'm hearing things are not adding up. Okay, if you listen closely, you will notice, or you will catch this person in a lie. Because they're going to tell you your future spouse did this and your future spouse did that, which is not true. So they could be sliding into your DMs and telling you stuff that is not true. Maybe because they want your future spouse to themselves, so they try to kind of like make you run away from your future spouse or make you block his or her number. That's exactly what I'm picking up here. Oh my gosh. This is some evil ass shit. I'm gonna be honest here with you guys, okay? For some of you guys, I'm also picking up the energy here where your true love and your future spouse could be an influencer, or you might be an influencer here. Or we talked about it. This could also be like an influencer. Around the time where you meet your true love and your future spouse, they will be in a very hurt place, and they will talk about stuff that somehow, I don't know, they will have such a negative outlook on love and romance and how do you call it, on marriage, that you will have to kind of like no longer watch this person's content. Do you see where I'm coming from? Because you will notice like you don't want to hear this person's negative thoughts about love, or because I don't know, because it's like, I don't know, something like that, where you don't want to take this person's toxic advice, or you're noticing that they come from a very bitter place and they're very hurt, and that's why they talk like that, okay? But I don't know what this means, okay? This could also be about an influencer here, or this could actually be an energy where you're watching someone right now. You might be watching a content creator or an influencer that is actually influencing you to think. So for you, this is about an influencer or a content creator that you're watching right now that is influencing you to think very negatively about love, or to think very negatively about dating, or I don't know. Okay. I don't know what this is exactly about with the influencer, but for others of you, I'm also picking up the energy here, like a parent telling you to look for a man or a woman with a real job, because they don't see the influencer job as like a real job. That could also be like a discussion where your spirit guides want you to know this person is meant for you and you're meant for them, and don't listen to your dad or your mom telling you to look for another man or another woman just because they are like an influencer and they don't see it as a real job. Okay. Because you can even get laid off in a normal job. Safety is like an illusion. Everything is kind of risky if you think about it, okay? For others of you, pile number one, what I'm picking up here, there is an energy between your true love and your future spouse in the beginning where, I don't know, this could be, okay. Give me a moment, guys. Okay. Let me actually see what this energy is about meeting parents, okay? What is that energy about? Why is the meeting parents energy here? Yeah, something about don't get insecure, or don't let yourself get insecure by like a parent, okay, or like an how do you call it, like an in-law that is like against this relationship, okay? Why is the meeting parents energy here? A wish is granted. Ooh, okay. Okay, beware of great pride. Yeah. What your spirit guides want you to know is if you have made a wish when it comes to in-laws or something along those lines, or kind of like where you want, oh wow. Listen, I feel like one parent is going to be for this relationship, the other parent is going to be against it, or one person is going to support your decision to be with your true love and your future spouse, and the other person is not. And whoever is telling you not to be with your true love and your future spouse is the one, again, they're like very prideful, or they're jaded. This person is jaded, okay? And they're projecting like their jaded energy onto you. So yeah, your spirit guides already want you to know about this, where there's going to be a discussion, or there's going to be rumors, or there's going to be like a talk about why does your partner not have a different job, or I don't know what the hell that is, okay? Something along those lines. Or again, like an influencer that you will have to stop watching. Or this could be something where you somehow watch content that Okay, we're going to talk about it in a second. Let me go back to the masterpiece has been created. So what I wanted to say here with this card is another thing that you need to know about your true love and your future spouse is they are very crafty. Like your future spouse could be an artist, because I'm seeing them like painting a lot. I'm seeing them doing a lot of do-it-yourself projects. I'm seeing them like painting a lot, or they could be doing pottery, or they could be designing things. They could have an art studio is what I'm picking up here. Okay. I'm seeing them. They could also be an interior designer. Okay. They could be an artist. They could be an interior designer. And someone is going to tell you like, oh, this job doesn't have a future, or, you know, you cannot marry someone with a job like that, or, you know, where someone doesn't see an interior designer or an artist or like a author as a real job. That's what I'm picking up here, which is so stupid, but your spirit guides already want you to know, don't let this person make you insecure, and don't let this person steal your joy by making you question like if you chose the right man, because in your heart you will feel like it's the right person, but oh man, but maybe like, I don't know what that means, but maybe like someone here is gonna tell you like I don't know, you deserve better. But what does better really mean? Do they just mean a better bank account, or what do they really mean with better? So your spirit guides, again, they already want you to think about it. What does better mean? If they tell you, I want something better for you, then you might be telling them, what does better mean to you? Listen to them, what they say, and think about if this is really better, or are they just projecting their wishes onto you, and that's not the type of man or woman that you want. See where I'm coming from? Okay. So yeah, your spirit guides are telling me like your future spouse could also be an interior designer, or they do a lot of like do-it-yourself projects. They could be someone that is very crafty, like they could be very good at building furniture, or there could be an energy early on in your connection. You are either moving or they are moving. So one of your first dates could be like, hey, help me to pick out furniture, help me to pick out like a color for my walls. Maybe they're going to invite you over to paint with them, or they're going to invite you over to help them paint their walls, or help them build furniture and stuff like that is what I'm picking up here. Okay. Can you clarify your masterpiece has been created? Okay, we have here, Camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. And then it says, yeah, a chain of events will affect your life. Okay. And we have April here. Ooh. So for some of you guys, April is a significant month when it comes to either receiving information about who your true love and your future spouse is, or who this person is that you cannot trust with love and relationship advice. So your spirit guides might be revealing something to you in the month of April, connected to why it's not the right time, or who you cannot trust with relationship advice. Okay, or something about your true love and your future spouse that you need to know in the month of April. Okay. Yeah, we have a masterpiece has been created. So yeah, I feel like one of your first dates could be something about building furniture together, going to IKEA, or they're going to show you like their unfurnished like apartment and stuff like that, and you might be sitting on the floor eating pizza, doing some type of do-it-yourself project, or you're going to be so drawn to them because you're going to be super duper drawn to this person's creativity is what I'm picking up here. Again, this could also be a person that draws a lot, that paints a lot. This could be a person that creates sculptures or some type of pottery. Okay, I don't know why, but someone here is going to be against this connection, but for selfish reasons, or they are so detached from their heart that they cannot judge a situation. They cannot judge matters of the heart with an artificial heart or with no heart. Do you see where I'm coming from? Again, I don't know who this person is in your life or how this is going to make sense to you. Okay, but that's what your spirit guides want you to know. For others of you, I'm also hearing comparison is the thief of joy. So for some of you guys, I don't know what this really is, but this could be an energy where your true love and your future spouse is an influencer, and you think to yourself like, oh, I'm not as sexy, or I'm not as, I don't know, popular, or I'm not as like cool as other, like where you think I am not an influencer. My future spouse is an influencer, and it makes me feel like bad, or it makes me feel like I'm not enough. Okay. And I'm hearing your future spouse saying like, if they wanted another influencer, they would have gone for another influencer. But maybe, do you know what I mean? Like where your true love and your future spouse, they love that you are so detached from the internet and from social media, because you help them to not spend so much time on social media or not be so involved in social media. So you actually bring so much like peace to them by not being an influencer or by not being a content creator, but you in your mind, because you compare yourself to like sexy influencers or whatever, you think that's what he or she wants, when it's the opposite of what they want. They don't want another person to be an influencer because they also want like their time off from thinking about social media. Like, do you know what I mean? Like where they're actually going to be drawn to you both being so where they're going to be drawn to you both being the opposite of each other. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's kind of like opposites attract, and your future spouse is going to love that you are the opposite of them, that you are maybe more logical, or that because you might be thinking like, oh man, you know, I'm not an artist like other girls. Maybe he wants an artsy girl, maybe he wants a girl that is an artist, and you're not, and then you're in your head comparing yourself to another woman or something along the sense, when your true love and your future spouse loves that you are not doing art. I'm hearing opposites attract. That's very significant in this connection, because they're going to love how logical you are, because what they are missing is logical energy. So they're going to be so drawn to your logical energy or to your book smart energy, and they don't need you to know everything about art. See where I'm coming from? That could be significant here as well. Okay, that your spirit guides already, they want you to know, don't want you to compare yourself to other people, or because your true love and your future spouse, they actually like that you are the opposite of them. Okay, that's actually what they were looking for, or what turns them on, is what I'm picking up here. Because you guys complement each other. If you're both the same, then maybe it gets boring. But if two people are like the opposite, or where you still have like similarities, but you're also very opposite to each other, that's what makes the relationship like exciting or interesting or whatever. That's what your spirit guides want you to know, because you might be thinking, why is he or she not with another influencer? They don't want to be with another influencer. They might be an influencer, for example, okay, but they don't want to get consumed by this lifestyle. So they're going to be so drawn to your lifestyle, that you are like in nature, or that you are like very like low-key, that you don't have social media. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. For others of you, I'm literally seeing, I think one of your first dates, your true love and your future spouse is going to take you to their place, and they're going to show you what they have been working on. They could have been working on like a huge piece of like painting, or like a huge piece of art, but I'm also seeing them like, maybe they're like gardening, like, or they could be showing you like how they have been renovating their home, how they have been having a lot of do-it-yourself projects where they like build like a wardrobe, or they are refurnishing a wardrobe, or they are like you know, like painting, you know, a table or something along those lines in a different color. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here as well. What does pile number one need to know about? Look at that. It says clarity. It says full circle moment. So for a lot of you guys, there's a full circle moment in the month of April coming to you. Okay, that is helping you to not compare yourself or where you learn a huge lesson about comparison is the thief of joy, but you also realize like how much you like yourself, or how much you love being you, and you don't want to be another individual. You like being who you truly are. Okay, and as you are reaching this level of I like who I am and I don't compare myself because I love being me, okay, this is somehow significant. This is happening right before you meet your true love and your future spouse, okay? So that you're not going to compare yourself to your future spouse, to other people that have the same lifestyle as your future spouse, that makes you feel insecure. Do you see where I'm coming from? That's like something that I'm picking up here as well. Now for some of you guys, and again, you have to like see which what is resonating with you. Okay, for some reason also being brought to, do you guys know that one picture of Rihanna where she's sitting on a jet ski and she's like smoking? Okay, for some reason I'm being brought to that image. Like someone could be, I don't know, someone could be telling you like they're too good for you or you're too good for them, but what the hell does that mean? They're too good for you or you're too good for them. What the fronter does that mean? Okay, so something about you will have to question the person's advice when it comes to your true love and your future spouse. What do you mean by that? Better. What does that mean to you? And when you listen closer, you're like, oh, I'm not going to listen to your advice. And that's the moment where you protect this connection, or where you protect the connection with your true love and your future spouse. Okay. Now for some of you guys, what your spirit guides want you to know is the reason why it's not the right time for you to meet your true love and your future spouse is because you have been spending a lot of time with a particular individual in your life, and this person has really been taking over, where your whole life revolves around them, or they make you feel bad for wanting to spend time alone or focusing on yourself or doing self-care, because they think in a friendship you have to spend every day together, and if you take time for yourself, they make you feel bad for it. And your spirit guides want you to know you need to spend some time by yourself or for yourself. I'm hearing, look at that, it says prioritize reflection, where you spend more time by yourself, or you spend more time taking care of yourself, taking care of your hair, your body, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. Okay, almost as if you get to know yourself, because you spend less time with another individual that is very entitled to your time. And because you get to know yourself, you will no longer feel the need to compare yourself to other people, because you see the beauty, the masterpiece inside of you, how God created you, how God created the masterpiece when they created you. Not perfect, but a beautiful masterpiece, a beautiful painting that is full of like soul and full of like light and full of like contrast and full of complex energies and full of like contradictions, you know. But how would you know who you truly are if you spend so much time with another person and they don't give you the space to, you know, like find out who you truly are? Because in the process of, when you feel like I know who I am and I could write a book about who I am, or a poem about who I am, is like the moment where you are actually ready to meet your true love and your future spouse, because the problem of you comparing yourself to other people is not going to be there anymore, because you saw the beauty in you. You saw the masterpiece in you. You saw the art in you that God created when God created you. So this is not going to be a problem. Someone trying to make you jealous, go ahead, bitch. I know I'm the bomb.com. You cannot make me jealous. And because they cannot make you jealous, you will not have fights with your true love and your future spouse, because someone is trying to make you jealous. See where I'm coming from? Yeah. That's what I'm picking up here very strongly. Okay. Yeah, for others of you, your spirit guides actually want you to spend more time manifesting your true love and your future spouse, where you visualize them more often. But I do feel like while you are doing it, you might be like telling another person like, no, I need time for myself, and then you are visualizing your dream reality or your dream future, and then it's almost as if you're manifesting more because you daydream and visualize more. But you daydream and visualize more because you spend less time with a significant person, or you spend less time watching a content creator or an influencer. There might not be anything wrong with this content creator or this influencer, but maybe their outlook on life is a little bit pessimistic, or is a little bit like gloomy. See? So they're also inspiring you to be pessimistic and gloomy. They might not do that on purpose. It's just like what they're going through right now. Do you see where I'm coming from? So when you spend more time visualizing your true love and your future spouse, or just in general what you want to manifest in your life, you're literally manifesting more because you spent less time watching someone, or you spent less time being with someone, and you spend more time visualizing, or you spend more time creating, or you spend more time, you know, like exploring who you are or trying new things. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here as well. So yeah, that could be the reason why it's not the right time yet, because you have to put more energy into manifestation instead of watching someone, or instead of spending so much time with someone, or instead of like making another person, instead of you feeling guilty trying to manifest stuff in your life and they tell you like, no, you need to spend time with you and stuff like that. I don't know what that means, okay? Something along those lines is very significant here. Now, I was asking, oh my gosh, this is funny because with those two cards I was asking you, spirit guides, what you need to know about, you know, what is your future spouse going to do when you guys are meeting? We have the Ace of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So your spirit guides are telling me your future spouse is going to ask you a lot of questions, which is funny, right? I'm seeing your future spouse asking you a lot of questions because they want to get to know you, which would make sense, right? So if you meet a man or a woman and they don't ask you any questions, this is not your future spouse. I'm gonna be honest, because this individual, they're gonna ask a lot of questions. They're even going to make you get to know yourself even more because they do ask so many questions. So I'm hearing your future spouse is going to be a really good listener. Okay, or it's time for you to experience a good listener, because you are always the one that is a good listener to other people. So it's time for you to actually be a good listener to yourself, because you're going to come to some type of conclusion or epiphany that is going to be the reason why you manifest your true love and your future spouse, and they're going to be a good listener as well. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. Yeah. This card literally says, I didn't know this was inside of me. There's something hidden about who you are or your personality that you have not yet found out. As soon as you found out about this hidden talent or this hidden ability or this hidden truth about you is when you meet your true love and your future spouse. Look at that energy. When you don't see you, I see you. There could be an energy where something that is going to be very significant between you and your true love and your future spouse is that you're helping them to always remember who they really are, because they could also be struggling with, for example, like I'm being brought to a celebrity that could easily lose themselves in the industry, right? Especially since we have the influencer here. Just an example, it doesn't have to be that, okay? Or they could easily lose themselves in the judgmental energy of their culture or their family. So as you are learning to find out who you are and ask yourself the right questions, this is something that you're going to help your true love and your future spouse with as well, okay? Where they might be going through an energy where they go through some type of identity crisis, and you know what this feels like, and then you will help him or her to remember who they really are. Okay. Because someone in their life could be confusing them about who they really are. So that's a very significant topic between the two of you. It says, when you don't see you, I see you. When you forgot who you are, I'm going to remember you of who you are. I love it. I don't know, this could be, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's kind of like where there's chaotic people around you, maybe in their life or in your life. So it's so important for you to always remember who you are at the end of the day when you look into the mirror. Okay, because I'm actually being brought to an interview by Tupac, where he said like he gave an interview and he talked about like how people were asking him how he can do all of that, like being in the music industry, being an actor, doing like writing a book, writing poems and stuff like that. This, your future spouse could actually be someone that writes poems, is what I'm picking up here, or they could be an actor or an actress. Okay, or they someone could be in the industry, whatever the heck that means. Okay, I don't know, because you can easily lose yourself in the business industry, or you can easily lose yourself in the beauty industry, where all of a sudden it becomes super duper superficial and shallow, you know. Or you can easily lose yourself, like, I don't know, like in traditions where, you know, like new things are frowned upon that are actually good, or that are actually like beautiful, you know. So he gave an interview, and then he talked about like the reason why I can do all of that is because every time I go home and I look into the mirror, I know who I am. I always remember who I am. At the end of the day, when I look into the mirror, I know who I am. Okay, so you could be on a journey where you have like a very, very intense or solid feeling of this is who I am, and nobody can tell me who I am, you know. Nobody can tell me who I am. And this is very significant because you're going to help your future spouse with the same energy, because you might be going through the similar energy, but I feel like you are going to learn that lesson first, and then you're going to teach your future spouse about it. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here very strongly. Okay, like I'm being brought to, for example, Harry Potter, right? Where Harry Potter was, you know, like scared that he would become bad because he felt the energy of Lord Voldemort inside of him. And then he was talking to Sirius, and then he said, what shapes you is not what happened to you. You are a person, bad things happen to you. That doesn't mean that you are a bad person, but bad things happen to you. And you know, what defines who you are is what you do in this very moment, every day, with every decision, and not your past. That's the vibe that is coming through here, okay? So yeah, I'm being brought to like Harry Potter, where he's scared because, you know, he has the energy of Lord Voldemort inside of him, but it's not really him. And then at the end of the movie, you know, like this energy that was inside of him, that was Lord Voldemort, is like dying. That's the vibe that is coming through here. So that movie could be significant. I think it's like Harry Potter and the Three Deathly Hallows. Okay. That could be very significant here, or kind of like recognizing who you are when you look into a mirror. Okay, I'm also being brought to mirror magic. I'm also being brought to mirror, mirror on the wall. So someone here could have been dealing with an evil queen. I'm just saying, that tried to make you see something in the mirror that is not really you. Okay. So someone could have been doing like mirror magic, and your spirit guides want you to kind of like break this mirror magic by listening to what is happening inside of you, or go on a journey to discover who you are, or who this new, because you could also feel a new energy inside of you, and it's time for you to explore this new energy, because you don't feel like the person that you were 2 years ago, but you also cannot put your finger on it what this different energy is, and it's time for you to explore it. And on your way to exploring it, you will meet your true love and your future spouse. That's what your spirit guides want you to know. Okay, but yeah, they want you to know there could be gossip about your dating life, or there could be gossip about who you choose, or I don't know. Again, your spirit guides already want you to know, don't listen to this person. They don't know what the heck they're talking about. That's what they want you to know. Okay. Or, again, this could be like false rumors, where a person is going to try to spread rumors about your true love and your future spouse, and I'm here telling you, they talk bullshit. This is a salty ex. This is a salty ex-friend that is lying on your future spouse. You already know about it, so you're prepared. Okay, it literally says get more information. Now you have the more information. Okay. Now, pile number 1, I'm going to go to the extended now. Okay, so we're now going to look at how you will meet your true love and your future spouse. I'm also going to look at symbolic, like signs that you will see right before you meet them, like just a couple of days or a couple of weeks right before you meet them. That's what we're going to look at. And yeah, we're also going to look at how you will meet them, so we are going to be a little bit more thorough. If you are interested in that, the link is down in the description box. If not, thank you so much for being here, guys. I love you guys. I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye. Hello, my lovely pal number 2. Welcome to your reading, guys. So, today we're going to look at your true love and your future spouse and what you need to know about your meeting, okay? So this is like an energy of like everything that you need to know before you meet them, or something about you need to know about the meeting itself, or maybe what is happening with them when you guys are meeting. Whatever you need to know, whatever information that is significant for you right now. Or what your spirit guides want you to know is what we're going to look at today. This reading is also going to have an extended, and I will look at how you guys are meeting, okay? So I'm going to be a lot more detailed about the how you will meet your true love and your future spouse, okay? So if you're interested in that, the link is down in the description box. But let's begin your reading, guys. Okay, let me tap into the energy here. Hey, pie number 2, this is editing Cynthia. So your spirit guides told me to refilm the intro to your reading. And again, this is so crazy because it's an omen. You will know why I say it is an omen, or what this is really about later on in the reading, okay? Just remember, the first time it didn't work, the second time it does, okay? Because in the beginning of your reading, I felt like the energy was off and I didn't know why, but there was also like a lot of distractions happening around me. But yeah, this is all an omen. Remember me talking about it, and then later on what I'm going to tell you about your meeting with your true love and your future spouse. But yeah, your spirit guides told me to refilm the beginning of your reading, and I got some more cards, okay? So that's why you're seeing this clip right here. But again, it's all an omen. Just imagine everything that happens in the reading is also the same energy that is going to happen in the meeting, or how you guys are meeting, or what you need to know about your meeting. But again, remember me saying the first time the energy was off, and now, you know, the energy feels right, and your spirit guides told me to re-record the intro of your reading, okay? If you watch the whole reading, you're gonna know this is all an omen, because I do read omens. So I'm starting the beginning of your reading all over again, but you're going to know why this is an omen later on in the reading, okay? Something about where the second time things work out, but the first time there's something, you know, like disturbing, okay? But again, you're gonna know what I mean later on in the reading. But your spirit guides want you to know, or what you need to know about your meeting with your true love and your future spouse is, like, I'm picking up the energy here where your spirit guides want to show you, or want to, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you used to believe in magic, or you maybe even felt like there was a lot of like magical things happening in your life back in the days. And it's almost this energy where you have been surrounded by a lot of dream killers, I'm gonna be honest, or you have been surrounded by a lot of people that made you feel like you shouldn't believe in magic, or magic is not real, or they made you feel like they frowned upon you for, like, I don't know, believing in magic, like, are you stupid, magic is not real, and stuff like that. And for some of you guys, this is something that is still in the back of your mind, or it's still in your subconscious mind, where you used to believe a lot more in magic, or you used to believe a lot more in the magic of the universe, or you used to believe a lot more in manifestation. But I feel like you had a person around you that was either a dream killer, or they made you feel like you are unintelligent for believing in magic, or trying to tell you that magic is not real, or something along those lines. And I feel like something that you need to know about you meeting your true love and your future spouse is, it's going to be very magical. The way you meet your true love and your future spouse, there could even be an energy where someone told you, like, you know, or someone made you feel like you shouldn't believe like in magic, or in magical meetings, or there is no such thing as love at first sight, or, you know, like where you either have this in the back of your mind because someone said something along those lines to you, maybe even in a condescending way, kind of like there is no love at first sight, or how can you fall in love with someone at first sight, or you know, for example, where people are trying to tell you that you should be realistic. Something about where there was a specific person in your life that told you should be realistic, and magic doesn't work, and, you know, dreams don't come true. Like, your spirit guides want you to know. Do you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing this one quote where a little boy said, "I don't believe in magic." And then, like, an old lady says, "You will when you see her." Okay, that's the vibe that is coming through here. Okay, you will believe in magic again, or you will believe in, like the magic of the universe again when you meet your true love in your future spouse. That's a big reason why you meeting your true love and your future spouse is going to be very magical and very mystical or very mysterious, maybe compared to other people's love story. So your spirit guides want you to know the way you're going to meet your true love and your future spouse is going to be very different, or it's going to be magical, or it's going to remind you that magic is real, or that you are a good manifester, or that love at first sight does exist, because for some of you guys, you're supposed to share your magical story with other people where they have forgotten to believe in love, and they have forgotten to believe in the magic of the universe, or they have been told, like love at first sight doesn't exist. So the way you're going to meet your true love and your future spouse is really going to be, it's going to sound like a fairy tale, or it's going to sound like a magical story, but it is supposed to, because you're supposed to meet other people who almost lose hope, or who almost lost hope in magic or in manifestation. So when they hear your crazy story, because what you need to know is the way you're going to meet is very different, or it's going to be very just going to be a story to tell. Okay, but you are supposed to tell other people that story, because you are supposed to remind people that magic is real, that love at first sight is real, that serendipitous meetings are real, that you can meet your true love and your future spouse in the most random place, or in the weirdest time of your life and stuff like that. You are supposed to tell other people about your love story in the future, to remind them that magic is real, or that love at first sight is real. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. That's what your spirit guides want you to know. I'm hearing someone saying I don't believe in magic, and then I'm hearing you will when you see her. Okay, or you will when you see him. That's the vibe that is coming through here, because I almost want to say you used to believe so much in the magic of the universe, or you used to believe so much in manifestation or love at first sight, or you used to believe in good people, but then you met a lot of bad people. Do you see where I'm coming from? So this is going to be a moment where you are remembering how magical the universe is, or how magical the spirit realm is, or how magical life is. Okay, I'm picking up here because again, and also I'm telling you, I'm starting off your reading the second time, or the intro to your reading, right? And you will know why I'm saying that later on in the reading, where the first time it doesn't work, but the second time it does. Okay, so remember my words. You're going to know what I'm talking about later on in the reading. Okay, yes, your spirit guides are showing me the symbolism of a door and a key. Okay, so for some of you guys, you literally have been receiving signs connected to a door and a key, and for others of you, it's more metaphorically speaking, and we're going to talk about what your spirit guides mean with the door and the key as a symbolism. Okay, for others of you, you already have received signs connected to a gate, a portal, a door, a key, a house, maybe even moving, where you are moving in your dreams, or you see a key in your dreams, or you see a door in your dreams, or a gate, or something along those lines. So now we're going to talk about what your spirit guides mean with that. And for a lot of you guys, now we are transitioning into the reading. And for a lot of you guys, I don't know why, but I'm seeing here you have been receiving signs connected to a door or a gate. Okay, let me actually show you the cards now, and now we are transitioning to the actual reading when it comes to whatever you need to know about your meeting with your true love and your future spouse, because that is very significant here. Okay, because we have here the card opening doors. Okay, there's something about you have been receiving signs connected to doors. Maybe your spirit guides are telling you to walk to a door, or something about there's a specific door, or this is even an energy where you have been receiving signs to walk into a store, but you just have been in front of the door and you didn't walk through it, or there was some sign connected to a door lately. I don't know if it was a dream or if it was something that was happening in your real life, but it is somehow connected to a door. Maybe you have been seeing your spirit spirit guides, you know, like flying to a door or showing you a door or showing you a gate, or maybe, I don't know, receiving signs connected to even keys. Like keys and doors is very significant here, okay? Dreams of keys, dreams of doors, is what I'm picking up here, okay? But yeah, we have here the card opening doors, okay? And we also have the card here, 10 of rings, and it is also a door here as well. And if you are new to my channel, or if you didn't watch the collective reading, in the last collective reading, which is titled "You're Meeting Someone Special, You Got a Date with Destiny," I did talk about like a specific scenario where, you know, someone, where you know that your true love and your future. Wow, okay, so so for some of you guys, because this reading is about your true love and your future spouse, and the last reading was about someone special. So for some of, for you, pile number 2, for a few of you guys, or for a lot of you guys, the last collective reading that I've done is actually connected to your future spouse, okay? So you might be meeting the person that is leading you to your future spouse soon, or you might be meeting them, or you might be meeting your future spouse, or you might be meeting your future spouse very soon, because I did talk about, and also for others of you, you can check out that collective reading. I'm going to put it down in the description box next to your pile so that you can click on it, because I feel like this reading is going to be significant if you haven't watched it yet, okay? So I talked about a specific scenario where there was a door, or something about how will you know who the special person is, and I did talk about like a key. So they might be offering to open the door for you, or for example, they would tell you, hey, you lost your key, something about the door and the key, okay? Something about, oh yeah, for others of you, okay, this is going to be interesting. So in the last collective reading, I talked about the symbolism of a door and a key. So for some of you guys, what you need to know about your true love and your future spouses, they're somehow connected to a key. Maybe you are the one where you have a key for something, and they, like, this is like an energy where someone stands in front of a locked door and the other person has the key. But I'm talking about literally, this could be, for example, at work, where you stand in front of, you know, oh my gosh, yeah, this could be like where you stand in front of an office and this office is closed and it's locked, or you need to go somewhere but the door is closed or the door is locked, and then your future spouse has the keys. Like, hey, do you want me to open the door for you? Do you need something from that room? That's what I'm picking up here, okay? For others of you, your future spouse, I just saw blue light. What the heck? Okay, your reading is gonna be interesting. What the hell is going on here? There's really blue light. I didn't... Hold on a minute. There's something going on in front of my window. Guys, I don't know. There's someone called 911. I think someone here is not doing well, like, with their... when it comes to their health. But that's weird. So the color blue, or like blue light, could be significant when you meet your true love and your future spouse. So your spirit guides maybe have been talking to you through the color blue, like... Somehow the color blue is significant when it comes to signs and synchronicities that are connected to your future spouse or your meeting, okay? I'm also hearing April 8th could be significant, like April 8th could be significant. The 29th of August could be significant, okay? Something about, I'm also hearing the 8th of February, okay? Because on the license plate it said 2984. Okay, so somehow this number combination or those numbers could be significant for someone here in particular. Okay, but let me get back to the reading. So for some of you guys, I'm also picking up the energy here. There's something going on with, you know, let me actually get one more card what this opening doors is about, because for some of you guys this could literally be an energy where your future spouse is going to end up being your neighbor, or you guys live very close to each other is what I'm picking up here. I'm hearing the girl next door. Okay, so for some of you guys, there could be an energy where your future spouse is going to end up living close to you or next door, or they're going to tell you how they recently moved into the house next to you. Okay, that could also be the reason why we see the door and the key. For others of you, your future spouse could be like working in real estate, or they could be They could be somebody that somehow works in real estate, or they somehow work in recommending, because I remember someone here watched me, okay, a couple of months ago. They left a comment about like how they feel a spark between them and like a homeowner that is like renting places, or something like that could be significant as well, where maybe your future spouse rents places, or they work in real estate, or they're like a homeowner and they rent places to people. Oh, this is so interesting. Or this is somehow going to be significant when it comes to you guys meeting. Okay, I pick up a lot of energy. Give me a moment, guys, because now I'm being brought to a girl where she talked about how she met her boyfriend, and there was something going on with, she was looking for an Airbnb. You know where people kind of like offer their home to you while they're traveling. That could be very significant. Okay, so your future spouse could end up being the one that is somehow the one that is renting, or like renting like a room for you, or renting a room to you, or renting. So they could be renting something to you is what I'm picking up here, because I remember how somehow her friend, like this girl, talked about how her friend was looking for an Airbnb, or they were renting. Oh yeah, her friend was renting out, or I don't know how you say it, but her friend was renting out like a room, like while he is traveling, someone else can live in his room, or something like that. Could be very significant. So they somehow ended up meeting together, like her friend, her and this guy, because the guy either wanted a room from them or they wanted a room from him. And then they ended up talking, and you know, they ended up falling in love with each other. But there was also an energy because she wanted to move to LA, but she didn't have nowhere to stay. And she was talking to him because he was from LA. She was talking to him like, yeah, I would love to like go to LA, but I don't know where to stay. And then he said, you can stay at my parents' home. Okay, so that could also be significant as well when it comes to your meeting. Basically, what I'm picking up here is, for some of you guys, you might want to visit a country or live somewhere else, but you feel like you don't have the finances, or you don't know where to stay, you don't have an accommodation. And I feel like your future spouse is connected to that. Let's say, for example, you always wanted to live in Italy, but you don't know where to stay. You might meet your true love and your future spouse, and they have relatives in Italy that are somehow going to help you to be able to stay in Italy for a couple of months. Something like that is very significant. Your spirit guides are here. There's something about renting a home, owning a home, real estate, very significant. Or for example, you have been looking for an office to rent. They might be the ones, they rent offices to people. So the way you guys are meeting is, you're looking for an office and they offer an office. You're looking for a room and they offer a room. For others of you, pile number 2, this is more metaphorically speaking with the door and the key. Your spirit guides are telling me, or what you need to know about your meeting is that, because I'm picking up here, you could be worried, or you will be worried about something right before you meet your true love and your future spouse, okay? And this is specifically about like you're trying to somehow start a new chapter in your life, but you feel like you're missing the key. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's kind of like where you are the key and your future spouse is the door, or you are the door and your future spouse is the key. We're going to talk a little bit more about it in the extended on Patreon. But to me, this feels like, for example, you're thinking you want to live in a different city, but maybe you don't have enough money to rent something. Or for example, you want to live in a different country, but you don't speak the language, so you don't know how you can navigate. Or for example, you're trying to publish something, but you don't have enough money. It's like your future spouse is literally, what your spirit guides want you to know is, they don't want you to worry about a problem, because your future spouse is like, how can I explain that energy? They're going to be there when you transition into a new chapter in your life. They're literally going to be there when you are at the brink of starting a new chapter in your life, but you feel like you're missing something. Does that make sense? This could even be an energy. You impulsively quit your job. Just an example. You impulsively quit your job and you don't know how you're going to pay rent because you couldn't find another job so far. So you're literally trying to transition to a new chapter in your life with a new job, or
you're trying to transition into a new chapter in your life in a new country or in a new city, or you're trying to, for example, even transition to self-employment. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's kind of like around that time you will be making a big decision, or you will be making a big change, or you are wishing for a big change, and you feel like there's no way I can, start this new chapter because I'm missing something. And it's almost as if your future spouse is going to be at the door. Okay, it's almost as if they're going to be at the door as when you are transitioning into a new chapter in your life. That's what it feels like to me here. This could also be, metaphorically speaking, about like transitioning to a new season. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's kind of like, spring is ending and summer is beginning and stuff like that, and the spring equinox, or where the calendar is telling you like we are transitioning to a new season. Something about your true love and your future spouse is going to be there right when you are starting a new chapter in your life. And so your spirit guides don't want you to worry about something, because they're going to be the key that you need in order to smoothly transition into the new chapter in your life. Does that make sense? That's what I'm picking up here. Something about future spouse is going to be there when you're trying to make a big jump or take a leap of faith, or when you're trying to transition into a new chapter in your life, but you feel like, how am I going to, it's almost as if you're asking your spirit guides like, how am I going to manifest this? I have nothing, or I don't have what it takes to transition to my new chapter in life. And then you meet your true love and your future spouse. That's what it feels like to me. So your spirit guides want you to know, I'm literally hearing, don't be scared. Your future spouse will be there when you are transitioning into this new chapter in your life, and you feel like there's like you cannot make it happen. You cannot make it happen because you're missing something. You could be missing the knowledge or something along those lines. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here the strongest. That's what your spirit guides want you to know. It's like your future spouse will be there when you transition from one chapter to another in your life, and you are scared, or you don't know how to do it, you don't speak the language, for example, or you don't have an accommodation, you don't have the money, almost as if you're both going to help each other to transition into a new chapter in your life. And in the extended, I'm going to talk about how you are helping your future spouse to transition into the new chapter in your life. Okay, this could also, for example, be like you want to go from A to B, like literally when you are in a city and you don't know how to get somewhere, and they're going to be there. For example, you don't have a phone, or your phone, the battery of your phone, for example, the battery of your phone is off, so you don't know how to get from A to B, or you don't know in which direction to drive. That's also what I'm picking up here. Okay, you don't know which direction to drive and you're panicking, like, how do I get from A to B, or something along those lines. Like your true love and your future spouse is going to be there. They're literally, just imagine, energetically speaking, you are in front of a door. For example, you are literally in front of a door. Okay, energetically speaking, you're in front of a door, and you're like, how am I, I don't have a key to the door. How am I going to get through the door? You're asking your spirit guides, okay? And then your future spouse is all of a sudden appearing like, I have the key. That's what I'm picking up here. They're somehow going to help you to smoothly transition into the new chapter in your life. Whatever that means in your career, when it comes to literally a place or a location, when it comes to a language, okay, something along those lines is what I'm picking up here. So you're probably going to meet your true love and your future spouse right before a huge change is happening in your life, or in the middle of a huge change happening in your life. Again, they're going to be there to just, for example, just imagine, energetically speaking, you are flying somewhere, and you are landing in this new country or in this new city, and you are at the airport and you don't know where to go, you don't know nobody, maybe you don't know the language, you know nothing about the city, and then this person is standing there at the airport picking you up. That's the vibe that is coming through here. Like your future spouse is like there with with a sign like, come to me, or I'm here, and then you're going to him or her, and that's how you transition into the new chapter in your life. That's literally the vibe vibe that is coming through here, but it's going to be different for all of you. What this means, again, literally, for example, you're looking for an apartment and you feel like, damn, I've been looking for an apartment for 1 year, I cannot find an apartment. And then you're like, you're starting to maybe be scared or panicky, and then your future spouse appears, and your future spouse is like, hey, you know, there's plenty of apartments available close to where I live, you see. So it's kind of like they're going to be the reason why you transition smoothly into the new chapter of your life. They're going to be very, very important in the beginning of a huge new chapter in your life, if that makes sense. Okay, this could be learning a language. You might be meeting them at a language class, because you're trying to learn a language, which would also be like a new chapter in your life, right? So what your spirit guides want you to know is you meeting your true love and your future spouse also means your new life is beginning, or like a new chapter is beginning. Or again, it's kind of like where you are taking a leap of faith in your career, maybe even, for example, I don't know, cutting a toxic friend off, and then you feel like you have no support and you have to do something on your own, even though you thought like your friend would be by your side, but you had to cut them off because they were toxic. Do you know what I mean? And then you feel like you're without support, or you have to do something on your own, but you don't. That's the plot twist, kind of like your future spouse. I'm literally hearing your spirit guide saying your future spouse is going to be there at the perfect timing, not when you want your future spouse to be there, but when you really, 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 really need them, like when you are really in need of them standing next to you or being next to you. That's when they will appear, not necessarily like when you want to, but kind of like in the most important moment in your life, when you are, I don't know, looking for another job, when you are transitioning to self-employment, when you are relocating, when you are, I don't know, like when you recently lost a friend, you know, because they betrayed you, and you are, all of your plans are like, there's a plot twist in your plans because you planned stuff with your friend, and then your friend is no longer like part of the plans, and then you don't know what to do, and you feel like you are on your own. That's when your true love and your future spouse appears. That's literally what I'm picking up here, okay? So your spirit guides want you to know, I don't know if you are in this energy right now, or you will be in the energy in the future. Your spirit guides want you to know your future spouse will be there in the perfect moment, or at the perfect timing for you to take the leap of faith, or in the moment where you feel like you are without support, or you are without guidance, or you are without, you know, like financial support or emotional support. They're going to be there, not when you want them to be there, but when you really, really need them to be right next to you, because you are walking through a door, okay? So what your spirit guides want you to know is, don't be scared, your future spouse is going to be there. That's literally what I'm hearing, okay? Because I feel like around that time you're going to be scared, because you're starting something new, because you're making a big change, because you are making a big leap, or taking a big leap of faith, and you're going to feel like you don't have nobody, or you're going to feel like there's no support, or you have no guidance, you don't have the key, you don't know where the door is, metaphorically speaking, and then your future spouse appears. Okay, so your spirit guides, what you need to know about your meeting is your future spouse is going to maybe start a transition to your new chapter in life, or that your spirit guides already planned everything, that when you take this big leap of faith and you don't know where to go, your future spouse is going to be there, or you might be kind of meeting them when you feel lost, and it's not really that you are lost, you just don't know how this is going to manifest for you, or how this could possibly happen. But the missing link literally is your future spouse. So now in this reading, I'm just going to give you like different examples of the energy that is coming through here, okay, of like different stories. And if you are interested, because I also feel like an energy here where you are going to help your future spouse to transition, and the reason is super duper interesting. So that's what we're going to talk about on Patreon, okay?
For others of you, this could also be connected to like hotel energy, where someone here is working at a hotel. It might be you, it might be them. Now I'm being brought to the movie with Jennifer Lopez, where she's where she is working at a hotel, and you know, she meets this guy, and the guy's like a guest in in the hotel. Okay, so that could be very significant for someone here, where you guys, something about meeting at a hotel or meeting in a hotel or something like that, recommending a hotel to the other person. Okay, somehow this is very significant, the symbolism of a door and a key. But let me see, what is the door and the key energy here about? Or for others of you, your spirit guides want you to know, there's something about where your spirit guides want you to know, don't worry about like where you are going to stay or how you're going to be able to move, because your future spouse is connected to that. Very significant here. Or you want to travel somewhere but you don't have enough money for hotels, because maybe you have enough money to travel but you don't have enough money for the hotel. Some of your future spouse is connected to that. Does that make sense? That's what I'm picking up here very, very strongly. Or something about you're looking for an office, your future spouse is connected to that. Okay, something along those lines is what I'm picking up here. Let me see, what is this door and this key energy here about? Yeah, okay, we have here, be careful, do not take risks. So yeah, for some of you guys, I feel like you have been thinking about like, how am I going to be able to move? I don't have the money, or I don't have something. Okay, I feel like your future spouse is the answer. I'm not telling you to wait, I'm just telling you what the cards are telling me. Your spirit guides are here. Okay, because they're showing me how there could actually be an energy where you guys are going to end up moving in together quite fast, but it is because of circumstances is what I'm picking up here. Does that make sense? Because they actually moved in quite fast, those two, like this girl that I talked about. Okay, so your future spouse could be connected to you moving to a country or a city of your dreams, or you're going to actually change your mind about where you want to live because of your future spouse, because they might be, we're going to talk about it a little bit later, because I'm also seeing like a significant vacation that is life-changing, to the point where you guys are going to decide that you want to live in this place, you know. So for some of you guys, your spirit guides want you to know you might be you're gonna get surprised, because you think you want to live in one place, but once you meet your true love and your future spouse, when you have your first vacation, you will change the place that you want to live at. It's gonna be something different. For example, you think it's Italy, it's gonna end up being, I don't know, Spain or whatever. There's some type of like change or switch in where you think you are going to end up when it comes to your home, and there's some type of like plot twist here. Okay, let me see. What is the door and the key symbolism? Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, that's the next topic that we're going to talk about, because it says new career or job, and it says pin. Okay, again, I'm being brought to like someone who's pinning like a world map as to where they want to go. Okay, that's the vibe. Maybe you have been doing this, or maybe you have like a world map and you think about all the places that you want to go, and one place in particular is connected to your future spouse, because they might actually have relatives there. Somehow they're connected to the accommodation or the house or the apartment that you're going to stay or live at. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. So your spirit guides want you to know, when it comes to somehow being able to stay somewhere, your future spouse is connected to that. They have the keys to a home, to an apartment, or again, they could be literally working in, oh yeah, look at that, it says new career or job. For some of you guys, your future spouse does work at renting places. They could be working at a place that rents Airbnbs, or they could be working at a hotel. They could be owning a hotel. Okay, for example, if they are like a business owner, they could be owning a hotel, or maybe their parents own a hotel. I don't know, because it's going to be different for all of you. Okay, but yeah, for some of you guys, your future spouse works in that, they work in that field, okay, where they rent stuff to people, or they own like a place and they rent it to people. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. Or they somehow work in real estate, or they used to do that. They used to work in real estate. Okay, and they still have connections. Okay, they might have like connections to the best apartments or the cheapest apartments, or something along those lines. It's going to be very significant here, okay, in your connection, or how you guys are going to meet. I don't know. This could be an energy where you're looking for an apartment and you're somehow going to meet them. Like you both might be looking at the same apartment. You guys know that day where you guys can visit, like where you can visit a house or a home. You might be meeting there, or it's going to be significant, or they're going to help you to find a new apartment, or you're helping them to find a new apartment. So maybe one of your first dates or one of your first dates could be like, hey, do you want to keep me company? Like, I'm looking at this new apartment today. And maybe they are really good at, you know, knowing if an apartment is of good quality or not, because they worked in that department. Does that make sense? Again, for others of you, I'm also seeing like an energy where someone here is like a manager in a company, in a company, and you're standing, for example, with a job interview, and they are somehow maybe the recruiter, the manager. Do you know what I mean? Where they're like, you're saying like, I'm waiting for the CEO, or I'm waiting for the recruiter, and they're gonna be like, I'm the recruiter, because maybe you stand in front of like a closed door, like the office is closed, and you're like, oh, what is happening? I thought I had a job interview. And then they come with the key. For some reason, I see them opening a door for you, like quite literally. Or this could be like an energy where the first time you guys look at each other, like you might be struggling to open a door because it's like heavy or whatever, or like a funny situation where you're trying to pull a door that is supposed to be pushed. Okay, and they might be next to you opening the door for you. Okay, something about they could be opening the door for you. This could be like one of the first moments you guys look at each other, like where they see that you're struggling with opening a door, like it's too heavy or whatever, and then they're going to be like, let me help you, and then they open the door for you. For some of you guys, it could be like the first moment you guys are seeing each other or look into each other's eyes. Okay, that could be significant here as well. Or again, something about like you drop your keys and he or she sees it, and she's gonna be like, hey sir, you dropped your keys, you know. And then the first moment you guys are looking at each other, again, the key is very symbolic here, where they're gonna give your keys back to you because you dropped them or whatever. Okay, is what I'm seeing here. Now for others of you, again, but the door is still very significant here. Okay, it's still very significant. Listen, someone here, you have been thinking about becoming an author, or you are literally writing your book right now. Your future spouse is connected to you launching your book, maybe with a different publisher or with the right publisher.
Pile number 2, this doesn't have to be a book, but I'm just using the book as an example because that's what your spirit guides have shown me. This could also be you're trying to launch like a painting, or you're trying to launch a magazine or something along those lines. So it could be an energy where for some of you guys, you're trying to launch a project, or kind of, for example, launch a website or something along those lines. And your spirit guides want you to know your future spouse is connected to that for some of you guys, especially if you know you're trying to launch something right now, or you're working on a bigger project and you feel like you're missing like a publisher, or you're missing like, I don't know, you're missing something that would help you to bring this project out into the world, or I don't know, to create a website, to launch a website, or to launch something. Here is what I'm picking up here. They're connected to that. Okay, for some reason I feel like your future spouse has connections, to be honest with you, like where they know people significant for your journey. Okay, but yeah, I'm just using the book as an example. But it could be literally anything that needs to be published, or that needs like a publisher, or again, a project that you want to put out into the world, but it does need would need to know the right people, is what I'm picking up here.
Okay, something like that is significant as well here, again, especially if someone here is an author, or you have been thinking about writing a book, or you always wanted to write a book. Your future spouse is connected to that. Or for some of you guys, you might actually end up writing a book about how you, I'm hearing How I Met Your Mother is literally what I'm hearing. But I'm also hearing for some of you guys, you're going to end up writing a book. You're going to end up writing a book about how you met your true love and your future spouse, because it's going to be so magical. Or you writing a book in the future is going to be inspired by how you met your future spouse, and it's going to bring a lot of money to you, or it's going to be a bestseller, or it's going to be like the top new, like I'm seeing like a romance novel that is selling out, or do you know what I mean, or something along those lines. Okay, very significant for someone here in specific. Oh yes, okay, let's talk about it. Just for some of you guys, this book energy, because we have here the card Divine Wisdom, and you can see the book here, so the book is significant. Now listen, for some of you guys, and then I'm going to tap into a different energy. You guys already know me. I'm all over the place, but I'm also organized at the same time. Okay, so please bear with me. For some of you guys, I'm being brought to Valeria. It is a TV show that plays in Spain, in Madrid, and it's a girl, and she is trying to become an author, but it's not easy because she doesn't know what she wants to write about. Okay, now I'm also being brought to the movie. I'm getting a little bit distracted by the blue light because it's literally right in front of me. I'm also hearing someone here is born on the 12th of January or on the 11th of February. That could be significant as well, or these two dates could be significant here for someone. Okay. Yeah, I'm also hearing the 9th of August, or I'm hearing the 8th of September. I'm also hearing August 4th could be significant, or April 4th, April 8th. Okay, anyway, coming back to the energy. So for some reason your spirit guides are also showing me like the TV show Valeria, because she's trying to write a book. The same with the movie Bradley Cooper, what is it called, Limitless, where he's also trying to write a book, and he somehow has like a creative blockage and he doesn't know how to write, or he cannot finish the chapter or something along those lines. Okay, so in the TV show Valeria, she's actually writing a book about her own personal life after she met like this guy, and there's like sparks and stuff like that. Oh my god, and he works in real estate, guys. So for some of you guys, if you have not watched the TV show Valeria, it's on Netflix. It's a Spanish TV show. Please watch it. It's somehow connected to how you guys are meeting, or their signs and synchronicities, okay? Or someone's name could be Valeria, or someone's name could start with a V, okay? Anyway, he was working in real estate. I do remember that. Or he was working in construction work, or something about where he was like planning the buildings that are about to be built, or something about he owned property, like something like that was significant, or like that was somehow his profession. Okay, anyway. So in the TV show Valeria, she is meeting this guy, and she's starting to write a book about their romance and like their, you know, what is happening in bed and stuff like that. And the book is actually selling out, and that is like her entry ticket into becoming like a well-established author. Okay, because I think she had like money issues around that time, and she was trying to somehow become self-employed, or get her self-employment out of the ground. But again, she had problems with writing the book, and the publisher was waiting for the book, and she couldn't write and stuff like that. And then she met him, and then she started writing about what is happening between them. And again, her book was selling out, or her book went viral and stuff like that. So that is very significant for someone here. What do you need to know? Something about your future spouse is somehow connected to you publishing your book, or writing a book, or finding the right publisher for your book. Okay, or they could be an author. Okay, they could be an author. They could be someone that writes books. Okay, now for others of you, this book energy here, I want to tell you a story. For some of you guys, you already know that story. For others of you, you don't, because you're new on the channel. A couple of years ago, it was around Christmas. A couple of years ago, it was around Christmas, because they're showing me, this is crazy. Anyway, someone's eyes here could be green. Okay, so your future spouse's eyes could be green, or your eyes are green, because I'm seeing green eyes here. Okay, or something about you have been very drawn to the color green. I'm also seeing broccoli again. Like I literally saw a flash of someone eating here broccoli, or someone here eating broccoli. Anyway. Okay, so one day I was outside. It was, I think, 1 or 2 days after Christmas, or 1 or 2 days before Christmas, I'm not sure. But something inside of me told me that I wanted to do something for homeless people. So what I did was I was preparing like little gift bags with socks and cookies and stuff like that. And I forgot what else I put in there. I put in socks, like Christmas socks and Christmas cookies and stuff like that. And then I was like, you know, driving in town, trying to give it to like every homeless person and stuff like that. And on that day I was sitting in a train, okay, and I was reading a book. I was knee deep in this book, and it's so funny because you might actually, someone here, you are reading a love novel right now. You might be reading a love novel right now that is really captivating, or you cannot stop reading this book because, and for others of you, you might actually come across a love novel. Like you're going to be very drawn to buying a book. You usually don't do it, but you're going to be drawn to buying this book. Like somehow the title's going to speak to you, or you're going to read a little bit in the book. But it feels like it's either a love novel. To me, it does feel like it's a love novel, or it does talk about like undying love or whatever, okay? Anyway, so I was reading a book, and this book was actually by Osho, and I forgot what this book was called, but it was something about like somehow the chapter that I was reading in that moment. So you just picture me in a train with my little bag, with my goodie bags that I want to give to homeless people, and I have my book in front of me. And I was so into the book. I was like, oh my god, this book is so freaking good. I cannot stop reading it. I was really into the book. Like I was so focused on reading the book that I didn't even notice my surroundings, right? So I was reading this book. And the funny thing is, in the very second I met this guy, okay? So I was reading this book, and the sentence that I was reading in that moment, this could be significant. Again, I'm telling you, you might be reading a book in the moment where you meet your true love and your future spouse, and the sentence that you're reading in that moment is going to be so significant. Like literally the sentence that you read, and then you look up and then you see him. Okay, there's something about that sentence that is going to be significant here. I don't know what that means, okay? Anyway, I was reading a sentence in the book, and it was somehow about, you know, like when you feel the energy of love, like love is all around you, or love is everywhere when you look at it, or the whole planet is made out of love and stuff like that. So I was reading about love, but I was not reading about like romantic love. I was just reading about like the frequency of love, how it is all around us, or how like the whole world is built upon it. You know, he was talking something about like, you know, love is all around you, or you are surrounded by the frequency of love. I don't know what exactly he said, but I do know that he talked about like unconditional love. Oh yeah, he also talked about what unconditional love is, that a lot of people love conditionally. They don't know what unconditional love is because they do love conditionally, or they only have been loved conditionally. So something like that, right? So I'm in the book, like I'm really invested in the story or whatever he was saying, okay? And then I look up. Oh god, I still can't remember it. I looked up, and then he looked at me, right? This is gonna be so funny. So he looked at me. He had green eyes, like he had the most beautiful green eyes I've ever seen, okay? And then he looked at me like this. And again, I was sitting there like like a weirdo with my book, and I didn't know what hit me. So I look up. He was already looking at me. He had like a base cap on, so you couldn't see like his whole face. So he had like his base cap on, and he was like he was standing across my seat, okay? And he was like looking at me like this, okay? Oh my god, those eyes. Anyway, so he was looking at me, and like he had like those, I don't know, it's like you're gonna freaking love your future spouse's eyes, or the way he or she looks at you. Those eyes, oh my god, like their eyes are so seductive, more than anything else. Even if they have beautiful boobs or a nice butt or a nice chest, your future spouse's eyes is what is gonna seduce you. All you have to see is their eyes, and you wanna, you know, like jump on them. I'm telling you. Anyway, so he was looking at me like with his eyes, and I didn't notice who he was at first. I was like, why the hell is he looking at me? Do I know him? Because he looked at me as if he knew me. And I was like, I don't know, why is he looking at me like that? I don't get it. And then all of a sudden he said, hey. And then I was like, hey. And then he said, do you remember me? And I was like, no. So in my mind, I was like, oh my god, he really does know me, but I don't know who the hell he is. And didn't I talk about that in the collective reading? For some of you guys, if you watch the collective reading, for others of you, you might want to watch it. I talked about like bumping into someone from the past, you know, but there was never anything happening between the two of you, or you used to have a crush on them, but nothing ever happened between the two of you, or you used to go to the same kindergarten, elementary school, I don't know, for some of you guys, not for all of you, or you maybe matched before, okay, something about where you matched before, so they still remember your face, they still remember your name or whatever, because you guys matched before on a dating app, they saw you at a New Year's Eve party 3 years ago, because I feel like this person has a good memory, because that guy, he had a really good memory, because I didn't know what hit me. I was like, who the hell are you? And he was like, don't you remember this and that and this and that? And I was like, oh my god, I don't remember at all. So this person, your future spouse, could have a really good memory, okay, or you could have a really good memory. If you know you have a good memory, then I'm talking about you, like you're gonna remember everything. Like once you meet your true love and your future spouse, you're gonna have like flashbacks of like 3 years ago, how you guys met, and what he was wearing and stuff like that, or what she was wearing. If you know you have a coconut head and you always forget stuff, then I'm talking about your future spouse, and they have a very, very strong memory, okay, they remember everything. So he was talking to me and he was like, do you remember me? And I was like, no, do I know you? And then he was like, yeah, you know, our moms used to be friends and stuff like that, and we used to play when I was younger. And then I was like, oh my god, your spirit guides are here, significant. And then I was like, oh my god, yes, I remember, and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, his eyes were so freaking beautiful. Like I couldn't even talk properly. I was like stuttering. I probably looked so freaking weird. I don't know. So, and I said something so freaking stupid. Like I said the way I couldn't even talk properly, because he was asking me like, where are you going? I told him where I'm going. So for some of you guys, you could actually meet them like in a train station, or at a train station, or while you are reading a book in a train or something along those lines, okay? It doesn't have to be a love novel. It could just be like you are maybe looking at your book to, you know, study for an exam before you go into the exam or whatever, okay? But yeah, he was asking me like, where do you go? I told him what I'm doing, and then I was asking him, and I talked very odd. Like, what did I say? That's something like, where is the wind blowing you today? If I, you know, would translate it, like, or where's the wind taking you today? And I was like, after I talked to him, I was like, oh my god, what the hell did you just say? Can you not talk like a normal person? Anyway, so that could be significant here as well, okay? Something about, again, this is just for some people, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is not a person that you used to really date. Like, I'm not picking up the energy of like an ex coming back into your life. I feel like your connection never really started, or it was over very fast, or you guys just looked at each other, but it didn't, you know, nothing else happened, or you both were too young, or you both were in a different relationship around that time. There's some type of plot twist here for someone here, because with this card right here, it says the Lovers, but if you look at it, I think I'm gonna zoom you guys in now. If you look at it more closely, you can see like a pinky promise. Like, I'm being brought to an energy, your spirit guides are here. I don't know, they have been flying around today a lot, and it's funny because today is the full moon. Like, as I'm filming this, it's the 25th of March. It's a full moon, so I don't know if that is the reason, but yes, your spirit guides are here like very strongly. So I'm being brought to a pinky promise, okay? And I'm being brought to the energy of like two people saying, hey, if you don't meet nobody and I don't meet nobody and we both turn 30, you know, maybe it means we're meant to be together. Like, maybe you already had a conversation like that with him or her and you don't remember. It's like so hidden in your subconscious mind. You don't even know what the hell I'm talking about until you meet him or her, okay? So I'm being brought to like a pinky promise, kind of like, you know, or this could also be an energy of like, maybe you guys already talked. Yes, your spirit guides are here. You guys already talked, and then you said like, if it's meant to be, we will find each other again. That's the vibe that I'm picking up here. Or something about where you thought to yourself, for example, you already saw your future spouse somewhere and you felt like, oh my gosh, the most beautiful woman I've ever met, the most beautiful man I've ever met. But you guys didn't talk to each other. You just looked at each other, and then someone had to leave. And then you told yourself, well, if it's meant to be, I will meet him again. Or he thought, or she thought, your future spouse thought, well, if I'm meant to meet her again, I will meet her again. And the next time I'm going to approach her, or I'm going to approach him. That's the vibe that is coming through here as well with the pinky promise. Something about you guys maybe made a promise to each other when you were younger, or in kindergarten or in elementary school, or I don't know, for some of you guys, not for all of you. Okay, and for others of you, this is like an energy of like you guys already met and someone said in their mind, if I'm meant to, I really forgot what I was saying. But I'm hearing for others of you, if it's not like this pinky promise, right? Yeah, we talked about how you guys already talked, or someone thought, either you or them. And if it's not something that you can remember, or where you're like, this never happened to me, this is going to happen, or how you guys are going to meet. So you will meet, you will feel like, oh my God, he's the most beautiful man I've ever met, or she's the most beautiful woman I've ever met. You guys are not talking. Someone here is shy. Someone has to leave very fast. Like I'm being brought to the scene in Cinderella where Cinderella has to leave very fast before telling the prince who she is, where she lives, you know, her name and stuff like that. So this could also be the energy of that's how you guys are going to meet. You guys are going to meet at a very random place where you guys cannot talk, or someone is shy, and you tell yourself, if he is the one, I will see him again. Okay, you tell yourself like, oh my God, I think he's the one. Like he looks like the guy in my dreams, but he didn't approach me, you know. So does that mean he's not the one for me? Why did I feel this way? Why did I feel such a special spark if he or she's not the one, you know? Or something in your soul is going to tell you, I feel like he's the one, but he didn't approach me. So it's going to confuse you. Like, why did you meet this guy? Why didn't he approach you? But you felt like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be a little bit confused. Like, why did nothing happen between us? Or again, the other way around, where the other person's going to feel like, damn, I should have asked for her number, but maybe they were in a hurry. Maybe, you know, they were with friends and stuff like that. And they tell themselves, the next time, hopefully I see pile number 2 again, where they actually manifest to see you again. So you guys will meet first and somehow not talk, or not exchange numbers, or because I'm seeing like someone he has to leave very fast. That's what I'm picking up here. Someone has to leave very fast. Okay, with the Knight of Swords, someone has to catch the bus, or I don't know, there's like some weird energy here. Someone, like literally someone has to catch a flight, so they cannot talk, because if you miss your flight, it's like, you know, it's a big deal. Like that's the vibe that is coming through here. Or someone here is like shy, or someone doesn't know how to approach the other person. So it's going to be like, oh my God, I felt such a spark with this random stranger, and if it's meant to be, we will meet each other again. I think there's also this one movie where someone is writing their number in a book. Like, oh yeah, for others of you, this could be connected if you have had a dream connected to a bookstore. This could be connected to your future spouse. So some of you guys, there's a bookstore that is going to be significant. Maybe one of your first dates is going to be in a bookstore, because you are an author, they are an author, you both love reading books. Okay, or you could be standing in front of a bookstore when you look at them for the first time. Okay, it's going to be different for all of you, but the symbolism of a bookstore could be significant as well. Okay, yes, I'm seeing it here. Give me a moment, guys, okay? About a bookstore, I'm also seeing old records. Like for some of you guys, you really like old records, you know, like I'm literally talking about like the physical thingy-majigger, like old records where you have like a record player and stuff like that. Anyway, and that could be something that you guys are going to do as well as your first dates, or you guys are going to talk about it because you both have a passion for it. Yeah, there was one movie, and I really don't know if someone here knows what movie I'm talking about, because it's very vaguely in my memory, and I didn't even watch the movie. Someone told me about the movie. So if you know what I'm talking about, please let me know what this movie is called. But there was a movie where so basically your meeting is going to be very mysterious, and it's kind of like testing the universe, or testing if you guys are really meant to meet or talk. Or do you know what I mean? Because the first time there is something happening that is preventing you or them to talk. This could be, again, literally on a dating app. They don't reach out to you, you don't reach out to them. So nothing is happening between the two of you, but you feel like, oh, he's sexy, you know, I hope he writes me, and then he doesn't write you, or the other way around, or whatever. But yeah, there was this one movie where two people met at a bookstore and they both wanted the same book, if I'm not mistaken. And then one person wanted the man wanted the, number of the woman. And then she said, like, I'm going through a horrible divorce or whatever. I'm not ready to meet someone new or whatever, something along those lines. And then I remember, well, I don't know how this went, but the guy said, I'm gonna write my name and my address in the book, and if the book finds you, you are, oh yeah, something about where she said, like, he said, I think we're meant to meet, and she said, I'm not sure about it. And then he said, I don't know, it's like weird because I don't remember the movie, or I don't even know what the movie is about. Someone told me about it anyway. So he said, like, okay, if we're meant to meet, you will find this book again. And I think like a couple of months or a couple of weeks or a couple of years after this meeting, she actually finds that same book and his name and his address is in there. That's what I'm picking up here. I don't know what the hell that means, okay? Something like that is very significant here. Okay. Something about, because I'm literally, because let me show you the card right here. We have the 8 of Cups here. Okay. Because if you look at this card right here, okay, you can see the 8, this is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups talks about someone leaving. Okay. This is like an energy where someone has to leave very fast with the Knight of Swords. Okay, this literally reminds me of Cinderella, where she had to leave very fast and she couldn't like exchange numbers or something along those lines. For others of you, again, like you guys met before, but nothing happened between the two of you for whatever reason. Okay, for some of you guys, I'm actually picking up the energy here. The reason why nothing happened between you and your future spouse back in the days was because either they were with a jealous friend or you were with a jealous friend, because we have the envy card here, and you either have cut off a jealous friend or they have cut off a jealous friend. And now you guys are meeting without this jealous friend in the background. That's what I'm picking up here as well, okay? But yeah, someone here was waiting too long to approach the other person, and the other person then was leaving or something along those lines. Or again, like nothing ever happened between the two of you. Someone here was waiting for the other person to text and the other person didn't. Like I'm even picking up the energy of like someone wants to call you back but they lose your number, and then you guys are meeting and then you think they rejected you, but they didn't. They literally lost your number, or they literally lost your number on that day. Does that make sense? That's what I'm picking up here. Or they somehow wrote your phone number down, but something was wrong with the phone number, or you somehow switched to numbers so they could never call you, they could never reach you. That's the vibe that is coming through here. Okay, so your meeting is gonna be mysterious, like very mysterious. Something about like we've been here before, or you're gonna meet them like twice in 1 week. One day you guys are not talking, the other day you guys are talking, or someone has the balls to approach the other person. Okay, something like that is what I'm picking up here. For some reason I'm also being brought to a hookah lounge. Okay, I don't know why. I'm being brought to desert energy, like I'm seeing a tent in a desert. For some of you guys, that's something that you've always wanted to do, to spend a night at a desert, like in a tent or whatever. That's what I'm picking up here. Okay, some of you guys, you are about to go to a hookah lounge, or you really like smoking hookahs, what I'm picking up here, or maybe they do. Let's see. Where's the 8 of Cups here? Yeah, we have the Page of Cups. Yeah. I'm hearing you guys were too young when you met, for some of you guys. Okay. Or this is someone from your childhood. I don't know what the hell that means. Can you clarify the 8 of Cups? Look at that. It says a wish is granted. I'm telling you, someone is going to wish to meet the other person again. Maybe they were shy, they didn't approach you. They're going to wish to meet you again. Someone is going to wish to meet the other person again. Someone is literally manifesting a second meeting, because the first time they couldn't talk, or they didn't feel good, or I don't know, something like that. Look at that. November. So you could have met your true love and your future spouse in November, in one, like I don't know which year. This could be last year, 5 years ago, or something could have happened in November. Okay, something happened in November that is connected to your meeting with your true love and your future spouse. Or something about a sign connected to November. Shit. A sign connected to November is connected to you meeting your true love and your future spouse. Okay. Someone wished to see the other person again, or again, this is going to happen. You guys are meeting, you're like, oh my god, he's so handsome, I hope he approaches me. He doesn't. And you're like, damn. Then you keep thinking about how you met this mysterious man, and then 1 week later or 1 month later, you guys are meeting again. Does that make sense? That's what I'm picking up here. Okay, it literally says a wish is granted, so someone is gonna wish to meet the other person again after they fucked up the first time. That's what I'm picking up here very strongly. Okay, and when I say fucked up again, I'm talking about not speaking or not writing, or I don't know, like acting uninterested because they were nervous. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes people act uninterested because they are nervous. That's what I'm picking up here as well. Now, for others of you, what I'm also picking up here very strongly, I'm seeing the movie Catwoman. Could be very significant. There could be symbolism in the movie Catwoman when it comes to what you need to know about meeting your true love and your future spouse, because we have here Gifted Kitty. And every time I see this card, I'm thinking about Catwoman. And if you don't know the storyline of Catwoman, in the movie Catwoman, I think her name is Precious. Precious is trying to rescue a stray cat. And she's somehow doing something that is very dangerous. And then the guy that she's meeting, he's actually a police officer. And he thinks that she wants to, because she's like climbing up a building to get the cat and, you know, rescue her. But from the outside, it looks like she's trying to do something stupid, if you know what I mean. And then he is trying to rescue her because he thinks she's in danger, but she's trying to rescue the cat. Okay?
Again, pile number 2, this could be very metaphorically speaking where, and I'm very cautious with giving those messages, but this is literally what your spirit guides are telling me, kind of like where your future spouse is going to come to your rescue, or there could be something going on where you are going to rescue like an animal together, and kind of like maybe it's a sign from your spirit guides that your true love and your future spouse is your true love and your future spouse when they would tell you about a rescue animal, or something about where you both will rescue an animal together. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. Or you will help them to rescue their animals, what I'm picking up here as well. Okay, but it could also be very metaphorically speaking where your future spouse is somehow gonna come to your rescue. I'm very cautious with those messages because I want nobody to sit at home and wait for their true love and their future spouse. I still want you guys to manifest everything that you want and go after what you want, but the circumstances are just gonna be like that. Does that make sense? Something about they are somehow going to come to your rescue is what I'm picking up here. But yeah, if you want to really tap into the energy, I would watch the movie Catwoman. Interesting because in the movie Catwoman, they also meet, and I think she has to run to her job or whatever, and then he comes to her workplace to see her again. Okay, so yeah, that could be very significant here, what your spirit guides want you to know about your meeting.
So that could also be significant, something about around the time when you meet your true love and your future spouse, a stray animal is going to come to you. May that be a squirrel, a cat, or a dog that needs some help, or you're somehow going to help an animal is what I'm picking up here. Or your future spouse is going to tell you, like, in the beginning of your connection, how they have a stray animal. Like, you guys could be taking care of a stray animal very early on in the connection. Something about a stray animal is significant here, or someone here trying to rescue an animal is somehow connected to you meeting your true love and your future spouse. I don't know what exactly that means. Like, I'm also being brought to kind of like for example, you know, the movie Dalmatian 101, I think it's called. And in that movie, like, the guy is walking with his dog, and the dog is somehow running somewhere else, right? So it's kind of like kind of like the dog, or you know, the animal was leading the dog owner to this woman, you know. So I'm being brought to kind of like a dog acting weird, or a cat acting weird, or an animal acting weird, but this animal is somehow like leading you. Let's say, for example, you are, you know, like looking at a bird and you feel like this bird is trying to tell you something. Like, I'm just trying to describe the energy. You feel like this bird is trying to tell you something, so you are following the bird, and as you are following the bird, your future spouse is there, like where the bird is literally flying to your future spouse, and you're like following the bird. Or you're following like a cat or a dog, and the cat and the dog literally walks to your future spouse, or the cat or the dog could belong to your future spouse, where you find your future spouse's dog or cat. Oh my gosh, you see, I'm telling you, the way that you guys are meeting is, I think it's not gonna be, I think there's like some type of like, I think it's gonna be special, which again could also be the reason why it is worth writing a book about it, because it is so special, or because it is so different. I feel like there's like a, it's gonna be different. This is gonna be a story to tell. You know, some people, the way they meet their spouse is very like simple and beautiful, and there's beauty and simplicity, right? Because this energy can be nerve-wracking, right? You meet this guy, you meet this girl, you guys don't talk, you're confused, you received signs they're the one, but then they don't reach out to you, and then, you know, like it can be very confusing, right? But it's funny because I was mentioning this one lady that said like she met her boyfriend and then she ended up moving to LA and stuff like that. She was also talking about this story in a video, and she always tells that story to people that don't believe in love anymore. She even tells those stories to people that feel like, oh, I'm home all day and how would I meet my true love and my future spouse? But she literally met her true love and her future spouse literally in her home, because she was living with her friend, and her future spouse, or like her true love, came to their home to for an interview because of an Airbnb or a room being rented out. Yes, you see, so she literally met her man at home, which is so funny because it almost sounds impossible. Like, how can you meet someone new when you're literally in your room on your bed? But that's what happened to her. So she said in a video, she talked about how she always likes to tell that story to people that don't believe in love, or that don't believe in like serendipitous events or something along those lines. So I do feel like you're gonna end up being like the one in a family. You're gonna end up being the one telling the story to people, okay, where your love story, or the way that you met your true love and your future spouse, is going to be so magical that people love hearing about this story. Like, I'm even being brought to kind of like your grandchildren asking you like, grandma, can you tell us how you met grandpa? Again, coming back to How I Met Your Mother, the energy of How I Met Your Mother, how it's like a whole mystery and a whole TV show about How I Met Your Mother. That's the vibe that is coming through here very, very strongly, okay? We also have the card here, Food for the Soul, and it says love is built on long nights of lost sleep. You see, so it's kind of like you guys are meeting, or you guys have eye contact, but nothing happens, and then you lay in your bed, you cannot sleep because you cannot forget him, or he or she cannot forget you. Someone here cannot forget the other person, and then they cannot sleep. Okay, it says love is built on long nights of lost sleep and deep conversations. Food for the soul. Okay, Father, so here, this is an energy where when you are meeting, the first conversations that you're going to have with your true love and your future spouse, they're going to go into the night, like where you guys are going to end up being awake until 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning, okay, because you guys talk so much or whatever, or because you guys are texting so much, okay, something like that is what I'm picking up here. So one of your first conversations, you're probably going to end up being awake all night is what I'm picking up here, okay, because it says love is built on long nights of lost sleep and deep conversations. Almost as if you're spending a night together, but maybe, you know, not that way, you know, but you guys might be spending a night together. Like when you guys are meeting, you're literally spending a night together. Again, coming back to the same energy with a room and a hotel and an Airbnb, and you know what I mean? Some of this is significant. Like when you guys are meeting, you're going to spend a night together. This could be a night together on the phone, a night together texting, you know, a night together literally physically because you are sleeping at the same place. Okay. That could be the reason why we have the Ace of Pentacles here. Let me actually get one more card for the Ace of Pentacles, and then I'm going to go to the extended, okay? I'm going to go more into detail what I'm seeing here. I'm also seeing the symbolism of cherry blossom could be significant as well here, okay? Can you clarify the Ace of Pentacles? What is that energy about? We have the firecracker, excitement. I'm telling you, the way you guys are meeting is exciting. It's like a thrilling story, or it's like a story that makes you sit on the edge of your seat. Okay, and it would make sense because in the collective reading, I talked about how your spirit guides or the other person's spirit guides are frustrated because you guys don't understand that you guys are meant to meet. So you guys are meeting over and over again until one person realizes, oh, I think there's something special. Something special. Like you guys are supposed to be together or meet, or do you know what I mean? Something like that. So we have excitement here, which is interesting. We have here the card excitement. And if you look at the Lovers, we have a firework going on here. Both energies look like a firework. Okay. So if you... Every time I see this card right here, this reminds me of the 4th of July or New Year's Eve. Because when do you have fireworks? Usually around New Year's Eve, as well as the 4th of July, if I'm not mistaken. Or I'm also being brought to the... I think the Lunar New Year already started, right? Or is it on the 31st of March? Something about a firework is significant here as well. So one of your first dates, you will watch a firework. I don't know why. Okay. Or something about you're going to... Your first kiss could be under a firework is what I'm seeing here as well. Or something about you will know who your future spouse is because you will see a firework when you are with them. Maybe it's not even planned for you guys to see a firework, but you will see a firework. Okay. Can you clarify the Ace of Pentacles here? We have the Peacock, be aware of great pride. And then we have October. So the month October is significant. Your future spouse could be born in the month of October. You could be born in the month of October. Okay. Someone here could be meeting their true love in the future spouse in the month of October. Not for everybody. For some of... Okay, not for everybody. Okay, take it with a grain of salt. Someone here is moving in. Your spirit guides are here. Someone here is going... Okay, listen. For some of you guys, I'm telling you, this is like an energy where someone is going to move in with their future spouse very early on because of circumstances. I'm hearing for some of you guys here, someone here is moving in with their true love and their future spouse in the month of October. Okay. Again, not for everybody. This is very, very specific for someone here. One more card. Look at that. It says feeling tied down or frustrated. Okay, or someone is going to feel like they need to leave their home or their apartment, or someone is going to have a fallout with their roommate, okay, and they don't know where to go. That's what I'm picking up here very strongly. Something happened last October 2 years ago that is connected to your future, to you meeting your true love and your future spouse. I'm telling you, for others of you, this is about like you already met your future spouse somehow, some way, but around that time you were still friends with a toxic friend that didn't want you to... that someone put an evil eye on you or your love life or whatever. And now that this person is no longer in your life, especially if you know you cut somebody off, or it might be your future spouse, okay, where they're going to tell you like they saw you before, but they have been with a friend and their friend has been telling them not to approach you. And that's why they didn't approach you. So they could be telling you like, my friend told me not to approach you. Do you know what I mean? But their friend said to them not to approach you because this friend was envious. This friend knew that your future spouse would have a chance with you and they were envious because they also wanted you, or something along those lines, okay? But yeah, we also have the Peacock here. Be aware of great pride. Yeah, okay. Something about someone here is like shy at first to approach the other person, okay? We also have here Gong, an exciting event. I'm telling you, you meeting your true love and your future spouse is going to be exciting because it's like it takes a while for you to explain how you guys met or something along those lines when people ask you. Okay, the gong for me also feels like a notification, like I'm being brought to like a notification bell. Okay, so for some of you guys it has something to do with like a call, a text message, online dating, okay? Or again, do you see the gong and do you see the door? What is that? ding, and the door opens. What is that? This is, for example, a job interview, or you're looking at a home. I'm telling you, this is somehow connected here. And all of a sudden, he or she stands in front of you. They're the one opening the door. Again, I'm telling you, I don't know what that means. Okay, but I'm invested. This is so interesting. Okay, this is so freaking interesting. Number 2, one more thing that your spirit guides want you to know. Your spirit guides are letting you know, like, your sexual energies are attracting your true love and your future spouse. So the more you are in your sexual energy or embrace your sexuality, or there could even be an energy where you are going to have a lot of like wet dreams or like sexy dreams before you meet him or her. That's how you know they're very close. Okay, because they could be fantasizing about you, and you pick this energy up by having like intense dreams. Okay, but for others of you, your spirit guides want you to know, like, you manifest your true love and your future spouse the fastest when you visualize you being intimate with them, or you being in your sexual energy, or you embracing your sexual energy. Okay, like, you could be someone, if you didn't know that, you have like, you are the most powerful when you are in your sexual energy. Okay, and I don't know what exactly this means to you guys or how this is going to happen, but there's something going on with when you embrace your sexual energy, you attract your true love and your future spouse. Okay, I'm going to move to the extended. I'm going to look at symbolism or signs that you will be seeing that tell you that your future spouse is literally right around the corner, just a couple of days until you meet them. These are these cards, and we're also going to look at what your future spouse is going to do once they met you. Okay, I have a lot to talk about, especially in pile number 2. I have a lot to talk about. Okay, yeah, your spirit guides want you to know, in case you're not going to join me on Patreon, your spirit guides want you to know, it says meditation brings answers. So for a lot of you guys, you have the ability to tap into your future spouse's energy. If you meditate and you ask your departed loved ones and your spirit guides to show you more about your future spouse, or how you guys are meeting, or who he or she is, what they look like, you can actually tap into this into this energy here. All you need to do is meditate more, or meditate more on the question, or ask more questions to your spirit guides, and they will somehow come through in meditation sessions, and they will show you signs and synchronicities. Okay, but yeah, pile number 2, I'm going to go to the extended now. Okay, so if you want to join me, the link is down in the description box. If not, thank you for being here. I love you guys, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Bye. Hello my lovely pal number 3, welcome to your reading, guys. So today's reading is gonna be a pick a card reading, and we are going to look at what you need to know about how you are meeting your true love and your future spouse. Okay, let's see, I need to cleanse the energy here. Okay. But I feel like it's an omen for your reading, guys. Okay, so yeah, we're going to look at what you need to know about how you are meeting your future spouse, or what you need to know about meeting them, or while you are meeting them, before you are meeting them, what is happening in their life before they're meeting you. What do you need to know? Okay, I'm also going to extend this reading on Patreon, and we're actually going to look at how you are meeting them, so I'm going to go a lot more into detail. Okay, so if you are interested in that, the link is down in the description box. Okay, hey guys, so did I get the guidebook? Yes, I did. Okay, so let me see what that is about, because we have the card here, the Warrior of Love. Okay, this is a very specific message for someone here, okay? Not for everybody. Someone here, you currently have issues with your skin. Okay, someone here has problems with their skin, or you recently broke out from a product. This is a very random message for someone here, but someone needs to hear this. If you are clicking on this video and you have a skin irritation, or you have, like, I don't know, something weird happening with your skin, this is your reading, okay? Just an extra confirmation. Or someone has, like, I don't know, you have like a wound somewhere on your body right now, or something is a wound, or something is like irritated. It might not even have to be your skin, it could be your eye. It could be your feet. I don't know what this is, but someone here has a skin irritation or some type of irritation inside of their body. I don't know, because I'm picking up the energy of like someone here going to the doctor because of some type of like skin issues, eczema, pimples, or you recently tried out a new product and it's not, or for others of you, your spirit guides, they want you to stop taking a product. Like there is a product that is breaking you out, or you're taking or eating something, and it's not a coincidence that every time you eat this or take this that you have this problem. It's connected to whatever you're eating or drinking or taking here. Okay, but let me see. So we're going to look at what you need to know about you meeting your true love in your future spouse. Okay, so I'm going to read this card out. It says, the warrior of love, I am unstoppable in my pursuit. Woo! Okay, it says, he climbs upon his mighty steed bareback and rides off into uncertain territory with a lofty pursuit, a quest for love. Insatiable, unstoppable, gaining traction and on his way. He will ride until the night turns to day. Some things are worth fighting for, and this night, eloped in the armor of love, will endure. He will journey until he finds love forevermore. So let's dive into this reading. Pile number 3, what I'm picking up here is what you need to know about you meeting your true love and your future spouse is your future spouse is a very bubbly, a very, very bubbly person, a very, very bubbly, lively, a very like active individual. This is a person who lives life to the fullest. Your future spouse is a person who lives life to the fullest. They are like super duper dark. How can I explain the energy? This person has more energy than other people. Like they could have ADHD, but in the best way possible, where they're very active. They have a very active lifestyle, or they always go somewhere, they always travel, they're always on the go. Or again, they could have slight hints of ADHD is what I'm picking up here, because I'm seeing them like being in different places and doing different things. And like this is a person, they're very entertaining. Okay, you will never get bored with this person is what I'm picking up here. Now what your spirit guides are telling me, let me actually get one more card here. Okay, because your spirit guides are telling me, for others of you, the reason why I picked up like those skin issues is because you might be a person, when you're nervous, you bite your nails, or you start scratching yourself, or picking on your skin, or something along the lines. I'm picking up like a nervous energy here with your reading. So I don't know if you are in a nervous energy right now. Okay, for some of you guys, you maybe recently had some type of like anxiety attack or anxiety issues, or I feel like you woke up from a nightmare or something along those lines. I don't know. I feel like for a lot of you guys, or this might be an energy where sometimes you feel good and then other times you feel like your anxiety is taking over for some of you guys. Or again, it's kind of like when you are stressed, you do get blemishes, or you do get like skin irritation, or like your body is responding to stress is what I'm picking up here with certain things. Okay, so this could be going on in your life right now where you are stressed, and it's like your skin is reacting, or your gut is reacting, or I don't know, like your nerves are reacting, or your subconscious mind, by you having nightmares or something along those lines. Okay, but let me see what's going on here. Why is the anxiety energy here? What is that energy about? Oh, okay, let's go. Okay, oh boy. Okay, let me zoom you guys in, I think, because I want to show you the cards. I'm excited now. Okay, pile number 3. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a second. What you need to know about you meeting your true love and your future spouse. Shortly after you met your true love and your future spouse, they will ask you to travel with them. They will either ask you to go on a road trip, or to literally travel with them, like shortly after you met them, 1 or 2 or 3 months after you met them. So what your spirit guides want you to know is you're not only getting ready to meet your true love and your future spouse, you are getting ready to go on vacation. Or you are getting ready not only again to meet your true love and your future spouse, you're also getting ready to travel, or you're getting ready to go on a journey. they're telling me, because I don't feel like it's your future spouse, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it's you. You might be right now learning how to deal with your anxiety, or learning how to calm your anxiety down, or you are literally learning what triggers your anxiety at this moment. Or for others of you, spirit guides want you to focus on that right now. Why? Because I feel like your future spouse, when you meet him or her, they're gonna be super duper bubbly. They're gonna be like, pal number 3, I want to go on a road trip with you. They might want to go on a road trip with you like very early on, or they want to go on vacation with you early on, or they're gonna, because listen, can I be honest with you guys? I'm gonna be honest. We have the wealthy man here. I feel like whoever your future spouse is, their bank account looks good, meaning that they are able to travel a lot. And this could be a person, they're very passionate about traveling, or they could have like a long bucket list of places that they want to go to. I'm actually being brought to Bridie Drake. I don't know if you guys know her, but you know, like Bridie and Ginny, that's the energy that I'm picking up here. So for some of you guys, your future spouse could be Australian, or they could be from Australia, or you could actually end up going on a trip to Australia very early on in your connection, especially if you tell me you always wanted to go to Australia. It might be the same for them. Okay, listen, we have the wealthy man here. Like, I'm literally being brought to the energy of Bridie Drake, where she is such a lively, bubbly person. She's always doing something different every day, and she also runs her own pajama business, so she does have the finances to just travel from one day to another. That's the energy of your future spouse. They can travel whenever they want. I don't know why, or maybe they're taking a gap year where they're not working. As you are meeting them, they might not be working. They might be taking a gap year of only traveling, for example. Or they could be a person that can work from everywhere, because they could be a digital nomad, so they could be able to work from abroad, or from wherever they want, because maybe they only need a laptop or a headset or whatever, so they can go wherever they want and work from there. Okay, is what I'm picking up here. For others of you, they have manifested or saved so much money that they can actually take a gap year from work, and they're only traveling. So around the time when you are meeting them, they might only be traveling. They might not be working, because they're taking some type of gap year. Or again, something about where around the time when you guys are meeting, they're going to come into a huge sum of money that allows them to travel around the world, and they might possibly have a whole bucket list as to where they want to go. Okay, so what your spirit guides want you to know is you're not only meeting your true love and your future spouse, you're also getting ready to travel a lot. Now, for some of you guys, because I don't know how, for some of you guys, because I'm hearing your spirit guides, they want to say you've done a great job at managing your anxiety, or managing your how do you call it? You've done a great job at managing your anxiety, or managing like your insomnia, your sleep issues. You've done a great job, but they want you to keep up the great work, to heal yourself as much as possible from anxiety, or to somehow have healthy coping mechanisms, meaning that you figure out what calms your anxiety down instantly, what triggers your anxiety instantly, where you know yourself in and out when it comes to the topic anxiety. Okay, because you could be meeting your true love and your future spouse, and they're gonna come into your life like a whirlwind romance. They're gonna come into your life like, let's go to the Bahamas, let's go here, let's go there, let's go here, let's go there. And it could possibly trigger your anxiety if you don't know how to calm yourself down, because again, this person's like, almost as if I'm hearing, it's like an energy where a person is scared to live. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like the energy of like, some people, like they love, jumping off of a cliff, and they love to travel to 3 different cities in 1 month, you know, and they like to do all these things, like they're very lively, they want to live to the fullest. And then there's other people, they're kind of scared to live. So your spirit guides want you to know right now is the perfect time for you to dive into the question why you are sometimes scared to live your life to the fullest. Okay, because your future spouse will trigger your fear to live your life to the fullest, because they live their life to the fullest and they want to live, you know, like a super adventurous life with you. But how can they when you are in a state of anxiety? Even if you tell me, and again, your spirit guides, they want me to say you've already done a great job at finding out or eliminating triggers, or finding out how to deal with triggers, or finding out, you know, what calms you down, what gives you a good night's sleep and stuff like that. All they want you to do is keep up the great work. Or for others of you, if you have not yet focused on healing your anxiety, or finding out why you sometimes feel anxious for no reason, or how to find a way to feel peaceful in your body, mind, soul, and spirit, or to find some type of tranquility in your body, mind, soul, and spirit, this connection is gonna be overwhelming to you, because again, your future spouse has a big bright energy. Okay, they want to travel everywhere, they want to go everywhere, they want to take you everywhere they go. You know, they might take you from one party to the other because they're invited to a lot of places. It's like once you meet your future spouse, your life is gonna get super adventurous. Every weekend there's something different happening. Every weekend you maybe are introduced to a different person because they know a lot of people. So your spirit guides want you to know you have now the time to really focus on healing your anxiety, so that you don't have those anxious issues when you are with your true love and your future spouse. That's what I'm picking up here the strongest. That's what your spirit guides want you to know. You now have the time to heal your anxiety, to figure out what is triggering your anxiety, what is calming you down, okay, what is helping you to not feel anxious in the first place, so that you can live your life to the fullest when you meet your true love and your future spouse. Because again, I'm telling you, they're somehow gonna come into a huge sum of money around the time when you guys are meeting, and they might just be spending it on traveling. Okay, I'm also seeing them, I'm telling you, your future spouse is like a person, they seek life. They like to feel alive. They like adrenaline. They're the type of person to jump off a cliff. They're the type of person to go bungee jumping. I'm also seeing them like riding on a motorcycle. Like I'm seeing them riding on a motorcycle. They could be into car races. Not that they're doing it, but you know, like their energy feels like, you know, when you watch an action movie. Yes, when you watch an action movie, or when you are like I'm seeing car races. They could be into car races, or they could be into, you know, they could own a motorcycle. And you know, like a motorcycle, like some people get nervous, right, thinking about riding on a motorcycle. That's the vibe that I'm hearing. Biker boy. So this could be a biker boy or a biker girl or something like that. Okay, or this could be a person, they live life to the fullest, or they're like I'm hearing live fast, like they live fast, or I don't know, you know, something about where their energy is huge. Okay, and part of you have manifested that you want a life that is full of adventure. You want to be in 3 different countries in 1 month. You want this lifestyle, but at the same time you also are sometimes stopped by your fear to live your life to the fullest, or by your fear to, I don't know, maybe for some of you guys could even be an energy where your spirit guides, they want you to heal your anxiety of traveling or plane rides or something along those lines. Okay, where your spirit guides are helping you right now to let go of a certain fear. Okay, so that when you meet your true love and your future spouse, you already worked on that fear, and that fear is not between you and your future spouse or something along those lines. Because I'm picking up for some of you guys, it could also be connected to a fear of, I don't know, like car rides, or a fear of flying, a fear of traveling too far away from home is what I'm picking up here. Okay, because maybe they want to go with you to a different continent, and you never have traveled abroad, like maybe just like a city close by, but never like across country. So it's gonna maybe make you feel nervous or something along the lines. So your spirit guides already want you to know you're not only getting ready to meet him or her, you are getting ready to live your life to the fullest. Okay, so if you have noticed that a lot of things are bubbling back up in your life where you feel like I already healed that, but now it's bubbling back up, or old anxieties are like old things that cause anxiety inside of you are bubbling up. It is because you are healing this anxiety before you meet your true love and your future spouse. That's what they're telling me. Okay, because they're telling me, look at that. We have here short journey, because I was asking, what is this anxiety about? And we have the horse right here. I think I'm going to zoom you guys in now. And we have this horse right here. Okay, like I'm being brought to a person who wants to ride on a horse, but they are traumatized. Your spirit guides say this could be significant for someone here. Oh wow, I'm picking up so much. Okay, like I'm picking up the energy here where someone used to love riding on a horse, and then they fell off of a horse, and then they are scared to go back on a horse. That's the vibe that is coming through here. For some of you guys, your future spouse wants to go with you on a cruise ship, and you might be scared of water. Like you always wanted to go on a cruise ship, but you're also scared at the same time. That's the vibe that is coming through here. It's not like they're like pushing you to do something that you don't want to do. It's something that you always wanted to do, but part of you is also scared, like super scared, okay, of whatever this is. Anxiety is going to be connected to a journey, to you traveling. For some of you guys, I'm seeing you guys are going to travel to Paris. Not for everybody. I'm seeing Greece, Paris. Of course, I'm European, so that's the reason why this is coming through here. I'm also hearing Miami. Okay, I'm hearing Lisbon. I'm hearing Brazil, Rio, like Rio de Janeiro. I'm hearing Monaco. Is it called Monaco? For some reason, I'm also being brought to Fast. I'm being brought to the movie Too Fast, Too Furious. But one of the last parts where Vin Diesel lives like in Cuba, I'm also being brought to Cuba. Okay. Your future spouse could be Latino or Latina. Doesn't have to be, okay? But because I'm being brought to Cuba, or like Cuban energy here. So yeah, your spirit guides want you to know, like, right now is the perfect time for you to really focus on healing your anxiety. This could be focusing on healing your social anxiety, focus on healing your anxiety connected to traveling, focus on healing your anxiety when it comes to, yeah, because for others of you, this could actually be connected to like anxiety, like social anxiety, because you're going to meet a lot of people because of your future spouse, because they're like very... Which is interesting, because I do remember that Bridie talked about how she has social anxiety sometimes in big crowds, which is very contradicting, because she's like super bubbly and she likes to travel, but she also has some type of social anxiety. And then for others of you, because listen, can I be honest with you guys? For others of you, we have the card, period of prosperity and abundance. For others of you, you're going to be scared because this person makes a lot of money. Like you're going to be... almost as if you're going to be so freaking intimidated by this person's success and wealth. It's almost as if I'm hearing, it's too good to be true, can't take myself off you. It's almost as if you're so scared of this good lifestyle. I don't know what that means. Okay, because for others of you, you're going to be shocked about how successful this person is or how wealthy they are. And this might, like, I'm literally picking up the energy of someone here who's scared of money. We talked about this in a collective reading, right? Where I talked about, the reading was called Your Life Will Never Be the Same After You Watch This Reading. So your spirit guides want you to know your life will never... It's not like your future spouse comes into your life and you guys are in love and, you know, but your life kind of stays the same. No, your life is going to completely change upside down when you meet him or her. That's the reason why they're giving you a lot of time to find peace in your body, mind, soul, and spirit, because your future spouse comes with a big bang. That's what I'm hearing, okay? Because in the collective reading, I talked about, if you didn't watch it, I'm going to link it down in the description box. I talked about some people sometimes don't manifest the money that they want to manifest because they're literally scared to see huge amounts of money in front of them, or to hold huge amounts of money in their hands, or do you know what I mean? So this could be significant here as well, where your spirit guides want you to heal your fear of having big money in your hands, holding big money in your hands, or let me actually see. I want to get one more card here. I don't really know what this is. It's almost as if you're scared to live a good life. I don't know why. Okay. For example, you could have like this energy in your mind, more money, more problems. So you don't associate money with happiness and paradise, but you associate it with problems or something about like prosperity or abundance. I don't know. Your spirit guides say someone want you almost, I'm telling you, they want you to get used to the energy of abundance or seeing yourself living your dream life, because you will live your dream life with your future spouse, but it might trigger huge anxiety inside of you because it's too good to be true. And then you are scared that someone is going to take your, that someone is going to take your happiness away, or that something is not going to last because it's so beautiful that you're scared to enjoy it. I don't know what that means, okay? If this sounds like it, your spirit guides, they are giving you time right now, or right before you meet your true love and your future spouse, you will notice that you're no longer scared of wealth, abundance, money, receiving huge amounts of money. You will no longer be scared to travel, or maybe to put a bikini on, to be seen in a bikini, because it's somehow part of like you traveling with them. Does that make sense? There's a fear dying right before you meet your true love and your future spouse. That's what they want you to know, or that's what they want you to focus on. To find as much peace in your body, mind, soul, and spirit as you possibly can, because this is gonna be intense. Like, your future spouse has an intense energy. I'm telling you, they're gonna tell you they want to go here, they want to go there. Like every other weekend, they want to go on a road trip. Every other weekend, they want to travel. They're going to introduce you to a lot of people. I'm telling you, it's a lot. It's so beautiful, but one cannot enjoy this if they have anxiety. Okay. I'm also being brought to someone. Sometimes when you have anxiety, you cannot breathe properly, is what I'm hearing for someone here. So your spirit guides, they somehow want you, I'm telling you, something about where they want you to heal something when it comes to anxiety here. Okay. And you will know that your future spouse is close to you, because you will notice that you're making progress when it comes to anxiety, where you are less anxious, or your anxiousness is maybe completely away, or you completely lose some type of fear here. The reason is because you are asking yourself deeper questions why you are scared. Or this could be because you're spending more time with your spirit guides, and you spending more time with your spirit guides is going to make you feel like you are safe and there's nothing for you to be afraid of, because you see how much your spirit guides are taking care of you. That could be the reason why right now they want, like, your spirit guides are, you know, spending a lot of time with you. Or for others of you, if you are in isolation right now in this very moment, not for everybody, but if you are, it is because your spirit guides want to show you how much you can rely on them, so that you completely lose your fear of living your life to the fullest. Like, you're never gonna be afraid again, because your spirit guides are proving to you over and over and over again that you can rely on them. And if you know you can rely on God, or you can rely on the universe, what do you need to be afraid of? Does that make sense? And then you can actually really enjoy this connection. You're not going to sabotage it. You're just going to enjoy it. You're just going to enjoy the ride, you know. And you're not going to lash out because of anxiety to your future spouse, for example. Okay. This is not going to be for everybody, okay? This is for one person in particular. I feel like your future spouse is going to tell you about how they had a health issue where the doctor said it couldn't be cured, but it was cured. Like, they could be telling you about how God healed them, or like miracle healing. Because I'm being brought to Cell right now. I don't know if you guys know Eat, Read, Love. I used to watch him a lot, like Cell. So if you know Eat, Read, Love or Cell, then this reading is for you. It's just a confirmation, but I don't know if you guys know it, but he talked about how he had like an incurable disease, and they were like doing experiments on him to try out a new medication, whether or not it's going to work. And then he said he had an encounter where he was feeling the energy of God, and then God said, if I'm with you, what do you need to fear, or why are you fearful? And in that moment, he completely lost his fear of, you know, departing, and the medication actually worked. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. So that could be significant for someone here. I don't know what that means. Okay, you could have an encounter like that right before you meet your true love and your future spouse, because again, this is an individual. To live doesn't mean you're alive. This person really lives. They are alive. Okay. Because a lot of people are alive, but they're not really living. Or they are living, but they're not really alive. Can you clarify this anxiety here? What is that energy about? So your spirit guides, they want you to meditate a lot, or again, like somehow figure out where your anxiety comes from, or let me see, for others of you, it's also important for you to cleanse your energy from certain people. So right now is a beautiful time for you to cleanse yourself from all kinds of energies that are not for your highest good. So your spirit guides, they want you to cleanse yourself a lot right now, meditate a lot right now, find like a healthy way of dealing with your anxiety, or actually healing your anxiety. Okay. And right after you've done that, your future spouse is going to be in your life. Even if you tell me I actually have done a great job, there is some type of specific fear that is going to get triggered once you meet him or her. So your spirit guides want you to know you can already work on this trigger, so you don't have to work on this trigger when you are in this connection. Four of Pentacles, yeah, something about someone here is scared to have money or to be abundant, or kind of like I'm being brought to a person who is scared to get robbed because they have money. Someone here could also be scared, like I'm being brought to people who say you shouldn't travel to Brazil because, or you shouldn't like brag or like flex, because if you wear certain things in Brazil and people see that, they do rob you. Like that's the vibe that I'm being brought to, kind of like, I don't know, something about where you're scared to travel or something along those lines. One here is scared to fly. Look at that energy. Fathers of you, this is not necessarily you're scared to fly, like talking about an airplane. You might be scared to live your life to the fullest. That's what it is. You're scared to fly, to be as free as a bird. I am hearing, or I'm seeing the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay. They're showing me a bird that is in a cage. And that bird, oh, let me take you to Rio. Okay, so the movie Rio with the two birds, like oh yeah, this movie could be significant for you guys. It's the movie called Rio, where one bird lives in the city in a pet store and the other bird lives in the tropics. I'm telling you, that's the energy of your future spouse. You might be the bird that lives in a city, in a pet store, like in a cage, and the other bird is in the wilderness, and like in the wilderness in Brazil. That's what I'm being brought to. And then you're like scared to fly away from your pet store or your cage because it's safe, you know. That's the vibe that is coming through here. I don't know what the hell that means, okay, or how this makes sense in your life. It's like a bird that is scared to fly or get out of the nest. Okay, metaphorically speaking, if it's not literally, it's metaphorically speaking. So what is happening with you right now is you are healing from the fear of living your life to the fullest, or from flying, metaphorically speaking. Yeah, I'm hearing fly with me. Okay. Wow, this is so interesting, because it's like the energy where you're so used to your cage. It's like a person who's so used to their day-to-day life. This literally, I'm gonna say it, okay? This is not gonna resonate for everybody. I'm seeing an energy here where your future spouse might be telling you like, why don't you quit your job and we're gonna travel for a whole year? Or why don't you take a whole month off of work and we're gonna travel? And like, you want to do it, but there's like, I'm hearing I got you. Something about where you want to live your life to the fullest, the opportunity presents itself to you, and then you get cold feet, like where you have to like let go of like your safe haven or your cage. Like I'm being brought to a bird that lives in a golden cage, but they don't know what freedom is, because safety is not freedom. Safety can be the opposite of freedom. For example, in the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, the rich dad in the book said, if you become self-employed, or if you have your own business, you are trading your safety for freedom, and everybody has to decide what they truly want, if they want safety or if they want freedom. Because sometimes when you do certain things, what is safety in the first place? Like, what is safety in the first place? So this is like an energy that is coming through here, something about do you choose safety or do you choose freedom? So that could be something that is going to be very significant when you guys are meeting. Again, I'm telling you, they could be asking you very early on to travel with them, because again, they have the bank account for that, they have the money for that. Okay, they are free to do whatever they want, and you're not used to that type of freedom, or to a lifestyle that is so freeing, with maybe no rules or no schedule, or like where a person is so spontaneous and you're like, no, we cannot do that, I was not prepared for it, like mentally or physically, which there's nothing wrong with it. But what I'm trying to say here is that's what your spirit guides are trying to get you prepared for, a very spontaneous, impulsive person that is going to make your life so adventurous and so beautiful with so many memories. But maybe you have to be prepared mentally or physically or emotionally to actually enjoy yourself on that journey, on your flight to Brazil or whatever. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm picking up here very strongly. Let me see, what is this anxiety energy here about? Yeah, we have the World card here. Father Sophia, this could also be connected to like a long distance energy here, where this person is going to ask you, move in with me, after 2 or 3 months, and you would have to leave your whole life behind you. You want to do it. Again, I'm not telling you like you're going to do something that you don't want to do. Your heart is telling you, I want to do this. I always wished to live a lifestyle like that. I always wanted to be a digital nomad. I always wanted to live in Europe or live in America or whatever, depending on where you're at. And then all of a sudden the opportunity is in front of you. Okay, and all of a sudden your anxiety kicks in. If you wouldn't watch this reading, but because you watch this reading, your anxiety is going to be dealt with before this opportunity comes to you. Look at that, it's almost as if she's scared to transition to a different life, or do you see that? Where she's transitioning from one energy to the other, and she's scared. This could be where you're scared to live in wealth, like you're scared of the money, you're scared this person is spoiling you, you're scared, I don't know what that means, okay, because you're so used to the struggle, you're so used to like financial issues, financial problems, and then all of a sudden this person is in front of you, and it's like, oh my god, it's like we talked about it, it's a shock to my system. Okay, so your spirit guides already want you to visualize this, whatever I'm talking about here. They want you to sit down with it, meditate upon that energy so that you get used to it. Then you will notice, oh, I'm triggered, I have anxiety. Then you take your journal out and you write down why you have this anxiety. Father Sophia, your spirit guides want you to manifest how your anxiety is leaving your body. Like, we can literally manifest anything and everything, right? So for some of you guys, the spirit guides actually want you to focus on manifesting that anxiety is leaving your life. You can manifest that. You can manifest that you no longer are you no longer have social anxiety, or you no longer have anxiety when it comes to flying. You can do that with affirmations, with journal entries every day. I might do a video on that, to be honest with you, but your spirit guides, again, they want you to focus on manifesting that you no longer have some type of anxiety. I just saw seeds. I just saw pumpkin seeds. I don't know why. If someone here is drinking something pumpkin flavored, or like a pumpkin soup. Is it called pumpkin soup? Okay. I don't know why I just saw pumpkin seeds. Okay. Or like, yeah, I'm seeing someone here eating like pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds. Could be significant somehow, some way. Okay. So yeah, what you need to know about your future spouse, they're gonna take you everywhere. Every concert, every festival, every party that they go to, they're gonna travel with you every other weekend. I'm hearing this is gonna be a blast. This person is like they're the life of the party. Your future spouse is the life of the party. Okay. So it's time for you to get ready and get prepared for this crazy lifestyle, or for this like super adventurous lifestyle, by finding deep peace that is so deeply rooted inside of you that nothing can shake you. Because you might be someone, again, you are reacting very strongly to changes. So what if you are so deeply peaceful that no matter what changes are happening around you, you feel peace? Because you're going to need it, okay, when you meet him or her. Because again, I'm telling you, they either come with huge success, huge money, or like a lifestyle that is different compared to other people, somehow, some way. Okay. Yeah, this is a person, I'm hearing this is a very youthful individual. Even if they're like older, even if they're 40 years old, they're so youthful. Okay, I'm hearing fountain of youth. This person is so playful, so youthful. Okay, they have a lot of energy. Again, for others of you, they could have ADHD. You will love it, but again, at the same time, you have to ground yourself, is what I'm picking up here, so that you can really enjoy yourself or not sabotage the connection. Okay. Yeah, and for others of you, it says you will be taken care of in difficult times. So again, there's something about making a decision when it comes to, do I want to stay in my old life and be safe, or do I want to embrace my new life and the new me, and I want to embrace freedom? Again, if you want to know what this is all about, watch the movie Rio with the two birds. Like, one bird again is living in a pet store in New York in like a golden cage, and the other bird is living in the tropics, like in a jungle. I'm telling you, this is so cute. I'm gonna watch that movie once I'm done with you guys here. For some of you guys, they would ask you to relocate with them very impulsively from one day to another. Hey, let's relocate. Hey, let's go horse riding. And you're like, where does that idea come from, horse riding? Let's go to Australia. What? That's a vibe that is coming through here, okay? So look at that energy. You can be, there's two scenarios. And again, because you are clicking on this reading, I already know how this is gonna go, but you can either be in this energy when they're asking you to go to Bora Bora, or you can be in this energy when they ask you to go to Bora Bora. You can be in this energy when they take you to a huge party, or you can be in this energy when they take you to a huge party. Do you see where I'm coming from? That's what your spirit guides want you to know. Okay. You're also happy the card sexting. It says, you nasty. I'm telling you, this person is super goofy, super bubbly, super funny. Okay. Your future spouse is a goofball. They're a goofball. In the best way possible. For others of you, I'm also picking up the energy here. For some of you guys, your spirit guides are also preparing you to meet your true love and your future spouse, but specifically when it comes to you feeling sexually free, or allowing yourself to be sexually free. Like, your future spouse could be the one that is helping you to be sexually free. For example, not wearing a bra, or for example, I don't know, just being more comfortable being naked, or trying out different things in the bathroom. Trying out different things in the, why I keep saying I keep hearing bathtub. Why am I hearing that? So I don't know if you have fantasies of having sex in a bathtub, or it might be them. For others of you, what you need to know is your future spouse is going to show you what you truly like in the bedroom, is what I'm picking up here, because you didn't allow yourself to fully explore your sexuality in a connection before, or you were incompatible with another person before, and that's why you didn't enjoy the sex, or that's why you didn't enjoy expressing your sexuality, because you were incompatible. So when you meet your true love and your future spouse, it's also going to get adventurous in bed. It is. You might be finding out what you like. Now, do you want to ride on his palm tree in this energy, or do you want to ride on his palm tree in that energy? Do you want to enter her heaven's gate with this energy, or do you want to enter her heaven's gate in this energy? It's all up to you. Okay. That's why your spirit guides are giving you time right now, if you're wondering. Okay. I love the way you ride it. I can't. Let me see. Why is the sexting energy here? Yeah, for others of you, yes. Because I feel like for some of you guys, look at that energy. I'm telling you, your future spouse is very flirtatious, likes to seduce. They like to play in the bedroom. They're very sexually open. Your future spouse is very sexually open. You will feel so comfortable with them, like running around naked, or you're gonna feel so almost as if like the tension to, I don't know, be good in bed or perform well in bed is gonna be completely gone with him or her, because they're a goofball. Literally, even if you guys are intimate or have sex, they're gonna make jokes. They're gonna be such a goofball that sex is gonna feel fun to you and not like a task. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know, sometimes I feel like if you want to, like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes, and again, this could be an energy where this is how you felt in a relationship before, where sex felt like a task to fulfill, but not because you actually really enjoyed it. So maybe for others of you, your spirit guides, they want you to somehow make peace with something that happened to you sexually as much as possible before you meet your true love in your future spouse, so that you can really like let loose, let your hair down. That you can let your hair down, or that you can really enjoy how they kiss you and how they touch you. Do you know what I mean? So that's the reason why you have time right now before you meet them. Okay, it also says that, yeah, because I also feel like with this energy right here, everything is gonna move very fast with your future spouse. Okay, traveling very fast or moving very fast. Something about, like, you might be saying to me like, oh man, you know, I want to meet him right now, I want to meet her right now. But listen, baby, when you meet him or her, everything is gonna move so quickly. I don't know what that means. Okay, maybe getting pregnant quickly, or moving in quickly, or traveling quickly, meeting their parents very quickly, meeting their whole like friend group very quickly. So you are in it for a ride. Okay, so maybe your spirit guides want you to know it's just a couple more months or weeks for you to fully heal your anxiety, or to heal certain triggers, because once this person's in your life, everything is gonna move very fast. Okay, because we have this card right here. You will be meeting your future spouse within the next few weeks, months. So your spirit guides already want you to know you will be meeting them very, very soon. You're just getting ready right now, especially when it comes to like anxiety or sexual healing, or when it comes to like allowing yourself to, I don't know, be naked in front of a person, or enjoy being touched or being kissed. Because, for example, like where you can enjoy being kissed and being touched, because you are like almost as if you become one with your body before you meet your true love and your future spouse, and they become one with your body and they kiss your body. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's kind of like where you become one with your body, so that you are not disconnected. Because sometimes when we are not one with our body and we are disconnected from our body, the energy that we give off to another person can be detached, and maybe your future spouse then feels like maybe then they are going to feel like you're not interested, or you don't enjoy the sex, or they're not good enough for you, or maybe they are not going to feel like fully loved by you because your heart is closed. Do you see where I'm coming from? So your heart is already opening up like this, so that your future spouse is gonna feel loved by you. Because you want to love them, but maybe something is holding you back from loving someone like with all your heart. Okay, so this could be a transformation that you're currently going through right now. Okay, let me see. Anything else? Yeah, look, this card keeps coming out. The wish is granted. And we have here announcement. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, they could be proposing to you very fast. I'm telling you, they're probably going to propose to you within just a couple of weeks or months. You're going to be engaged very fast with this individual. I'm telling you. I'm hearing buckle up. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's kind of like their energy feels like a fast car. So are you ready for the ride? Are you? Are you really? Or are you going to throw up? Okay, sorry guys, I love you guys. So let me see, is there anything else? Let's look at 2 more cards. Now, 2 more cards that we have here that I want to talk about is we have the naughty girl. Yeah, for others of you, it says they want you to be uninhibited in bed, try new things with them and get dirty and enjoy sex just as much as they do. I'm telling you, there's something about like you're going to feel like you are breaking rules, but the rules that you are breaking were stupid rules in the first place, because those rules were only because you were afraid and not because you actually believed in those rules. Does that make sense? That's what I'm picking up here. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. Okay. And then we also have here the leg man, and it says they get aroused by the sight of your legs. So if you have been insecure about your legs, they're gonna love your legs. May those legs be skinny or thick or long or short, they're gonna be into your legs. I don't know why, okay? Or your toes is what I'm seeing here. So this is like an energy where for some of you guys, the spirit guides want you to get over your insecurity when it comes to your legs. I don't know what the hell that means. Okay. But it says they get aroused by the sight of your legs. The first thing that grabs their attention, it gives them a visual foreplay. So they're going to be really into your legs no matter what you think about your legs. Or again, your spirit guides want you to know you have all the time in the world right now before you meet them to somehow, I don't know, train your legs if you want to, or paint your nails, or do you know what I mean? Something about get ready is basically what I'm hearing. This is not just getting ready to meet them and then you guys are chilling. Oh no. You guys are going to get engaged fast or move fast, or someone here is getting pregnant fast, or I don't know what this is. But again, I think I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in the extended. Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in the extended, because if you look at this card right here, you can see one individual is very at peace with their sexuality and they enjoy different things, and the other person, they're like shy. Do you see that? Now it's your decision in which energy you're going to be based upon how much healing you're doing right now. See where I'm coming from? I think that's what your spirit guides want you to know about how, like, you're meeting or what happens before you guys are meeting. Okay, so pan number 3, I'm going to go to the extended now. The link is down in the description box. Oh, one more thing. We also have here the card single dad. So for some of you guys, what you need to know is your future spouse is a single dad. They already have a child for some of you guys, not for all of you, okay? Oh, yes. And for others of you, I talked about it. Someone here is going to get pregnant fast. I'm telling you, this is kind of like you're going to get engaged, move in, and have a baby in 1 year. Okay? Because first of all, they can afford it. They can afford to provide you, and for the child, they can afford to get a, how do you call it, to get an apartment for you and them. They can afford it. Do you see where I'm coming from? Because sometimes, especially men that feel like they want to provide for their woman or their partner, sometimes they're not ready because they feel like they don't have the money on the bank account to provide. So they move very slowly with moving in or getting engaged and stuff like that, because all of these things, they do cost money. This person has enough money, or they are like very financially stable to the point where nothing is holding them back. Nothing is holding them back. Okay. Now, if you don't want to have a child, don't worry about it. This might not be a message. This might be an energy where you guys are just going to move fast. Like, you're going to meet this person's parents quickly. You're going to visit their family abroad quickly. Like, they're going to take you to Cuba in the first 6 months to meet their parents or to meet their grandma. See where I'm coming from? This doesn't have to be a child, but for some of you guys, it could be. Okay, that's why your spirit guides want you to get ready. For others of you, you're gonna get surprised because you're gonna meet him or her and you will very early on have a strong urge to have a child with him or her, because you're going to be so in love that you want to have a baby, and you're going to be shocked yourself, like, oh my god, I never felt like I wanted to be a mom. All of a sudden I want to be a mom or whatever. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here as well. Okay, but yeah, I think I'm gonna tap a little bit more into like the sexual energy here, where someone here, I don't know what this actually really is about, so I think I want to tap into it a little bit more in the extended. So if you are interested in that, I'm also going to look at signs. Okay, these are like signs that, or symbolism that you will see when you meet your true love and right before you meet them. Okay, so we're going to look at symbolism. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into the sexual energy that I pick up here. And what else? Okay, I just heard it. For some of you guys, you might get intimidated by this person because their palm tree is big, or because they have a, I don't know, like they have a body that, oh my gosh, okay? Like for some of you guys, you might get intimidated by this person's body. I don't know what that means. Like maybe because they're tall, like you always were into tall women, but then she stands in front of you, like I'm being brought to Tom Holland and Zendaya. Okay, or you always liked curvy women, for example, but then you get intimidated by those curves because you're not sure if you're like big enough. I don't know, like this is the vibe that is coming through here. It's going to be different for all of you. Or he's going to have a six-pack or really nice shoulders, broad shoulders, and then you might get intimidated. I don't know, something like that. I don't know what that means, but only if you are not at one with your body. And this is going to mean something different for all of you. What that means, what does that mean to you, being at one with your body? What does that mean to you? Think about it. Okay, because this person wants to be one with your body, but you have to be one with your body first. Okay, one more thing that I also want to say, for some of you guys, you might feel like, how do I know if a person is my true love and my future spouse? Like, how will I know? There's gonna be a huge sign that your true love is your future spouse and your true love. Because if you look at that card, you can see in this card right here, the lady with the blue hair, there's literally Cupid, like Cupid's angel. There's a Cupid angel, meaning this is your spirit guide showing you this woman or this man is meant for you. The other one is not meant for you. See that? Do you see that energy? It says look for a sign. So your spirit guides want you to, oh, is this a, oh. So for some of you guys, it could be an energy where you're meeting two men or two women. One of them is the one for you and the other one is not. And you're going to be confused about it. Oh. Or you will go on a date with one woman and you're going to feel like, yeah, I really like the date. Or I don't know. I don't know what that means. I feel like you might be going on a date with one person. You're going to feel like, should I give it a try? Should I not? You know, I mean, why not? And then you're going on another date with another guy or another girl, and that's where the big bang happens. That's when you like, no, oh my God, it's her. Okay, almost as if your spirit guides are allowing you to experience two energies. The feeling of someone is not the one, the energy is off, do you know what I mean? Or you feeling incompatible sexually, so that you know the difference. It's kind of like you will experience both, being incompatible with a person, or feeling not desired and not loved by a person, or feeling a disconnection that you cannot put your finger on. Even if you have sex with them, you could still feel disconnected. And then there's another energy where you haven't had sex, but you feel so much more connected with this other individual. See where I'm coming from? Almost as if you experience both energies. I don't know what that means, like your first date with one person, and then you have another date with your future spouse, like where you somehow meet two people. And you're somehow going to be drawn to both of them for whatever reason, but you're going to find out who is the right one for you. Okay, because you're supposed to experience like the opposite. You're supposed to know the difference or the contrast. Do you know what I'm also hearing? Because there's going to be a person in your life in the future. They're going to ask you, do you know what I'm hearing? Mommy? Oh, this could be your This could be your future child, because I just heard, mommy, how do you know if someone is the one for you? So someone is going to ask you that question. How do you know that someone is the one for you? And you will have an answer. You will guide a person in the future to their true love and their future spouse. Because you will tell them the story about two men or two women, and with one there was an angel. There was Cupid. I'm hearing the song Studio by Schoolboy Q, and he talks about, in the song he says, Cupid has never been mistaken. Okay, wow, I did not see that coming. Okay, so you will actually, listen, I'm seeing a pair, I'm seeing a couple, I am seeing a couple holding a speech on their wedding day about how you are the reason they gave each other a chance, and then they ended up marrying. That's what I'm picking up here. But it is because you know the difference between fake love and true love, or you know the difference between lust and sex and love. Okay, do you see that? This is going to be very significant when it comes to your life story here. Okay, wow, I didn't see that coming. Okay, I'm gonna go to the extended now. The link is down in the description box if you want to join me there. If not, thank you for being here. I love you guys. I'm going to see you in my next one, and I wish you a lovely day. Bye.